Hello everyone and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Hey, That's Not What's on My Forecast Today, Wednesday, because it's Tuesday, and it's still not what's on the forecast for today, other than the verbally agreed upon forecast from earlier in the last week. Anyway, welcome to everyone who is here, welcome to everyone who is not, but only the ones that are here and checked in, like Zelderlies, welcome, and myself, welcome me, and Jack the Sea Pancake, welcome. Are the only ones that are actually checked in. So, if you have not checked in yet, make sure you use a channel point and a check-in so you can keep track of how many of these adorable sea pancakes you've added to your stack. They are metaphorical and adorable, so they are metaphorable. That is not a sea pancake, but I already clicked on it, so look, you get Pika High. These are the sea pancakes. In case you were wondering, I still have these in here too. Not that anyone was wondering, but I saw it on my list and it was fun. Those don't bounce across the screen because they're not special. I lied! Look at that, there they are. Anyway, we're going to be playing Zenless Zone Zero today because the Genshin server is being updated, and yeah. That's about my only justification. And I wanted to play some more and try and get closer to and or start Seed's story, because who doesn't like crying today? Also, speaking of news that makes people cry, if you are a player and or / follower of that game that's recently gained major traction called Uma Musume, that game is based on a bunch of Japanese racehorses. And the title character, Haru Urara, who has been deemed the shining star of losers as far as racehorses are concerned. It's a bunch of anime girls that were made with, and they represent actual IRL horses. The title character, Haru Urara, apparently passed away just this morning or yesterday. Very recently. She was apparently 30 years old, 29 at the time of passing, and they actually set up a donation thing because the popularity was going so crazy earlier on, and people could donate grass or feed for her, and people came up with like massive amounts of supplies for her because of all the donations and the generosity. It was pretty crazy. So apparently she had a bout of colic, they said. Some reports were saying. She was otherwise in good health. This was for being almost 30 years old and a former racehorse. But she did lose almost every one of her games during her primary career. She did lose every one of her races. But they did a like an elders race where they put a bunch of I can't think of the word for it, but basically a bunch of former or retired racehorses out on basically an open track and timed them, and she actually ended up winning that race. She was the fastest out of them, so that was really cool that she got her win. I haven't actually played the game myself. I've seen a couple of the people that I follow on Twitch and that sort of thing. They've played it, but that news has been all over every social media platform that I've been on, and then it just gets worse once you stop and listen to one of the videos. So because it compounds the algorithm and stuff, takes that and runs with it. So that is your sad news in the horse world. She apparently, the horse passed away surrounded by her staff, and she was very well taken care of and very well loved. So that was the bright side, I guess, of it. And she can run to her heart's content now without any terrestrial restrictions. So we're going to get playing on our game and see if we can make ourselves sad if we get far enough in it. Because this adorable blue-haired scooter-riding white demon That's the game's description, not my own. She is she's got a backstory that I'm sure is going to be incredibly tragic, and I've been avoiding it because I know it's going to be sad. But that is, we've got some main story stuff to do today. First, that will kind of involve her some too, but I don't know if I ever actually introed. For those of you watching after the stream, I do want to remind you, if I'm reminding you again, I apologize, kind of, but not really. We do stream these videos live at twitch.tv/unexpectedlyrandom. We are here live Monday through Saturday at sometime in the PM Central Time. Make sure you follow us on Twitch to join the chaos and check out our streaming schedule for the current lineup. We also have a Facebook and Instagram, and if I said 7 p.m. Central Time, it's not generally that time. It's sometime in the PM Central Time. I get on autopilot and I get lost sometimes. Make sure you follow us on Twitch to join the chaos, like I said, and check out our streaming schedule for the game list, at least. We also have a Facebook and Instagram. Those are the best places to stay up to date with any changes that may occur pertaining to the streaming schedule. And we have a TikTok and the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, if you want to check us out over there. Otherwise, we are ready to get rolling, quite literally, since she's got a roller scooter. You know, the physics on this are kind of insane. The scooter. We're not talking about character physics. Back off. The scooter is it has to be maintained by a gyro, obviously, or a some kind of a stability thing, sort of like a Segway situation. But it is a sphere that she's rolling on, which theoretically gives her any like omnidirectional movement. She can roll in whatever direction she wants. She could strafe sideways if she really wanted to, but the fact that it's a ball is kind of bizarre from an operational standpoint. I'm just throwing that out there because it was a thing that came across my brain when I was processing the illogical physics logic of video game. So yeah, that was fascinating. Okay, truth be told, I was trying to figure out how I could replicate it. Fight me. Because like you have standard scooters, right? Just a scooter, and you have like the Segway that keeps itself balanced, or hoverboard, or whatever object you want to call it that uses similar machinations to drive my Enigma. Somebody will get that reference. But yeah, and then of course the lever that she steps on with her foot, her back foot there, it causes a spontaneous production of two thrusters that help her move faster, but that's beyond the realm of actual physics. Okay, it's really not, because they just pulled out of the circle in the middle, so they look like ion engines of some kind, like you'd see in space. So that's our assessment of things that nobody ever wanted to talk about, but here we are. So I am going to lift you guys up a little bit because I feel myself slouching, which is not a word and probably something derogatory. Slouching, but with a Canadian accent on it. Don't pop up. You're literally not helpful. Yeah, this button. I sold it. Oh, we need adventurers. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky. Little bamboo guys. Yay! Now I can go back here and do something. Go to Discovery! Phase Anchor. Anchor, I barely know her. Pine Suit Pot. No way, it's a non-stick pan. It won't blow up, right? Nope, it'll blow left. What? I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I'm feeling really silly for no reason, yay. Ein suit pot craft. Phase anchor. Cheeseburger. The way I said that reminded me of the robot from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Cheeseburger. All right, what is hot? Herbal remedies. I need a herbal what? Well, I don't have sufficient materials, so we're going to craft something else. I don't have enough of those either. Wait. What? It's because I didn't send anybody on an adventure. What can I do? What can I... Hey, I can make those. Make it. You know, before I craft everybody, I should probably level up. Auto bang boo. Roll out. Something that I have a large quantity of resources for. Like that one. Or that one. Ooh, evil dispelling powder. It's a premium. Still not more than selling other stuff, but... Bruh. Gonna go ahead and get a bang boo on that. That's somebody remember what those are. Soot pot, whatever that is, the green matcha pot, and explosives ordnance division. Okay. Soot pot. Phase anchor. Matcha pot. And explosives ordnance division. Sorry, Manager Boo. Let's get anyone else in here. Someone with some high acumen. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay. Now we done things and we did things and we be telling the truth even though he be lying. I'm chassis. Well, that's just unfortunate for all of you guys, because I don't have much of the stuff that you guys want. Sorry. Hey, squad return. What? Were were they already out adventuring and I just didn't realize it? You know what? If everybody's going for 20 hours anyway, just send them out and get stuff. Because the newer stuff is... Oh, I've got 4 squads. Something in here that's not 100%. Nope, let's not dispatch because they might be low on energy and this will give them time to recharge. Charge! Recharge. Indoors. 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 Take it away, Penny! That Penny has the most beautiful voice. Thank you. That is your rendition of one of the episodes of SpongeBob. The one where he breaks his butt. In case you wanted specifics. They were sand sledding, and then he fell a very long distance and landed, ironically, on his butt. Because Sandy told him to land on his bottom, and then Patrick said, "No, your other bottom!" And Sandy's like, don't you have to be stupid somewhere else?" And Patrick said, "Not until 4. And so then SpongeBob landed on his butt and proceeded to explode into like 18,000 pieces of strangely rigid sponge shrapnel. And then that brought us to where we are today. I don't like the angle on this right now, so rotate. Get rotated. No, you rotated too far. Counter rotate. Good thing I have a limiter and a cap and a compressor and stuff on here, so when I yell really loud at it without thinking, it just doesn't explode. Ooh. I'm feeling something. Give me just a second. As weird as that is for an outro. All right. That was an adventure. See, and now everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, what's he doing? He's feeling something and then he disappears." I mean, that's weird. It's weird. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. No, starting to get a headache and try and avoid taking medication on a broadcast because the speculation, even though it's Tylenol, so it's literally OTC stuff. The potential for speculation is not worth the being on screen taking pills. You know, don't do drugs, kids. So let's get a promoter and let's get Anby for now, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to not press those buttons. Eeny, meeny, miny, this button. Nope. Eeny, meeny, miny, Alt, because then I can push this button. That's actually not it either. Phone, Q. Where is my Seed? I can't hang out with Seed. Unacceptable. Fine. And we're just gonna go do whatever the Scion of the Sea has to see. You are not the Scion of the Sea. Lemonine Hollow is all, like, shrouded in yellow foggy stuff. Looks radioactive. I can't scooter in the street. Scooter, I barely know her. Go! Ah, I get to draw circles in the sand. Yes. This is it. This is the end of the stream right here. We're just gonna draw stuff in the sand. My footprints are better than yours. My footprints are better than yours. Because mine's a scooter. I am unreasonably excited about something incredibly trivial. You know, there's not a lot of light blue-haired individuals in this game, so seeing a second one is kind of unexpected. Don't you wish you had a scooter just like me? Oh, oops. Guess the Scion of the Sea God is over here. Oh, it's Penguin Boo? Looks like he's got a lot of messages in the bottle. In the midst of the bustling beach crowd, a bamboo stands waving its arms, delivering a speech. Its movements are polished, its tone passionate. It looks every bit like a natural-born leader. Long story short, I was framed by those devious brothers, cast out to this place, and trapped in a weak and powerless body. That sounds like the plot of a movie. Hey, guess what? I forgot to bring my face back. Did you guys miss me? I thought I pushed that button. What did I do? Interesting. That makes me wonder if I clicked on something that I wasn't supposed to click on. That one? Nope, that's a whole different thing. That probably needs to be there because of what we're doing today. Well, not because of what we're doing today, but because of the game being personal choice, really. Doesn't really require anything. How about some lizard?
Lizard.
Apparently his name is Tom.
Lizard.
But this is far from the end of the story. Just yesterday, the sea god sent a messenger, a psychic lady, to deliver his supreme decree to me. Here we go again. That's the 1001st time I'm hearing this nonsense. Gully from Port Elpis? A little bamboo skilled at pitting its left and right brain against each other. Nice to see you still remember me, generous soul from our fateful meeting. It's me and my other logic core. The bamboo in front of you nods in acknowledgement, and then continues its speech. That shark has a rocket and subaquatic missiles. Just, in case you didn't see that. As esteemed scion of the sea god, I will now read aloud the ocean's grand revelation. The divine communication channel has been reopened. Just hand the battle of divine power to this kind-hearted messenger and toss it into the sea. That's straight up extortion. Human, you dare question the scion of the sea god? Lucky for you, I'm magnanimous enough to forgive your insolent behavior. Accept your mission and deliver our heartfelt prayers to the sea god. The Divine One shall bestow blessings upon the faithful upon receiving the 14th wish. Will guide me on my journey home. Can the sea god really fix those 2 lines of code? I can. New wish bottle ready to throw. I don't know what's going on. Which Bangbu would you like to help write a wish for? Apparently, the scion of the sea god. To the greatest, most mysterious, and most revered sea god. On this sun-blessed day, this Bangbu, scion of the sea god, has finally reopened the divine communication channel. This message in a bottle shall drift into the deep currents, reaching the sea god's throne. After that, please send your sea wizards to guide me on my journey home, dear father. Well done. As expected from father's chosen messenger. I'm entrusting you with this important task. Be grateful. This is a blessing from the scion of the sea god himself. A sigh and scion of the sea god. Once I take my rightful place, kind messenger, look at the bottle. I don't know about any of this. I think this scion of the sea god stuff is a side on quest. "19 days. Okay. Well, we'll get to this one. Oh, look. It is a side quest. Oh, cool. We've actually already made it into that one. Alright. Let's scooter ball over here. Talk to Wise. Whee! It's like an etch-a-sketch, but it doesn't last very long. Welcome, crew. Only staff members are allowed. Stick around for a bit. Take a walk elsewhere. Wise has something to say. He's a wise guy, so we should probably talk to him. Cool. We got all the cargo boxes last time. Let's see if we have enough Bangbu pawn. We have one. Yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, that's about the worst that could happen. So we still need to get her W engine, but we're gonna hold off on that for a bit. And we're 3 searches away from an A rank. Let's go ahead and use a single. Nope. Oh yeah, Wise. Call from the mayor. Wise is looking over a message from someone. His face turning serious. The kind of look that says, here comes another tough job. Your proxy instincts are telling you to turn and walk away. Good timing, Belle. Talk about bad timing. The mayor sent a message earlier saying, give me a call when both you siblings are together. An official message from the mayor usually means something big is about to happen. Should we contact him right away? No. Simulated signals from the city administration surge through the encrypted line. After a few seconds of whispering white noise, a familiar image and voice emerge from the audio-visual device.
Hey kids, I trust you've been well.
Hi, Dad! No, wait, that's not what he meant.
The miasma shrouding Lemnian Hollow still hasn't cleared, and since Wi-Fi Peninsula is also a major production area for porcelain ore, I imagine the air quality there isn't so great.
Is that why they call it miasma? Is the air quality not great? Yeah, but this soundtrack is really nice too. Throwing that out there. Compared to the air quality issue, the air in the city isn't much better.
The city's air isn't great, but the real concern is the miasma still spreading through Wi-Fi Peninsula. Do you have any plans to handle it, Mr. Mayor?
Miasma.
A close attendant friend of mine once told me that, as a senior, it's more friendly to start with some pleasantries before diving into the main topic. But enough small talk. I'm calling about the continued threat of the miasma and the danger still posed by the exaltists. Miasma is a natural byproduct within the hollows, a unique form of ether that causes more severe corruption effects than ordinary ether, producing even more powerful ethereals and sacrifices.
Sorry, it went back to the zesty music.
That's nothing new to you two, Phaethon, but the miasma raging within Lemnian Hollow has far exceeded what natural seepage could produce.
I hate it when my miasma is raging.
It's because of the exaltists. They've been using miasma to research and create sacrifices, which has caused miasma to spread rampantly within the hollow.
That's right. From thwarting the exaltists' plan to seize control of Wi-Fi Peninsula to dismantling Porcelumex, everything you've done has surely dealt a major blow to the exaltists' influence in the region.
With the root of exaltis evil, to kill a snake you have to cut off its head. Unless it's a hydra, and then you cut off its feet. No, wait, that's not how that works.
But the exaltists' actions are still harming the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula, and the miasma in Lemnian Hollow shows no sign of letting up.
I recommend albuterol.
Which brings me to the reason I'm troubling you both this time. The opportunity to root out that evil once and for all has finally arrived.
Yay! It's a non-selective, post-emergent herbicide.
Porcelumex's co-chief executive officer, Ferox, secretly allied with the exaltists to carry out unlawful hollow experiments, seriously endangering the safety and interests of Wi-Fi Peninsula's citizens and businesses. I'll spare you all the official jargon, but in short, Porcelumex's influence and control over Wi-Fi Peninsula have been significantly restricted. But investigations and operations by the city government in Wi-Fi Peninsula are still being hindered because another major player has rolled in. A defense force unit, led by Major General Lorenz, has been deployed to Wi-Fi Peninsula over the past few days, imposing temporary military control to investigate Porcelumex and contain the exaltist threat.
I feel like the Major General Lorenz is associated with Obel Squad, considering that's the team that we're going to be dealing with anyway because of Trigger and Seed. But they said when we talked to him before that the Defense Force didn't want to get involved in Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi was supposed to take care of their own Wi-Fi and not have Defense Force because they were already tense. The Defense Force?
The Defense Force wasn't involved with the issues in Wi-Fi Peninsula before. So why'd they show up now?
They literally helped us with the issues in Wi-Fi Peninsula. They just did it secretly.
Wi-Fi Peninsula is a key porcelain production area, after all, and has always been a highly contested prize amongst the city's various official powers. Besides protecting the city, everyone is eager to claim a bigger share of the wealth and influence it provides. Major General Lorenz is no easygoing man. Ruthless would be the mildest way to describe him when it comes to achieving his goals. According to my sources, he has a close personal relationship with Porcelumex's other co-chief executive officer, Lucro, and the two often work together.
So Lorenz is basically whatever his name was that I forgot because we detonated him when he Creator, refine me! Over there on the docks.
With Ferox's downfall, Lucro secured Lorenz's support by offering him a share of Wi-Fi Peninsula's interests. Having the backing of a Defense Force Major General would greatly benefit his dealings within TOPS.
Sounds like a power struggle between TOPS and the Defense Force. But
Circles.
where exactly is this opportunity to take out the Exaltist remnants?
According to the action plan the Defense Force submitted to the city, eradicate the Exaltists sits at the top of their agenda. That's also their most legitimate reason for deploying to Wi-Fi Peninsula. Of course, I don't believe Lorenz is only there to dutifully protect the city, but with Porcelumex and the Defense Force already muddying the waters, a heavy-handed move by the municipal government could turn the conflict into a turf war over interests. I won't pretend I'm above it all, but I do believe that protecting the citizens' safety is more important than short-term gains. That's why neither the city government nor Yunquay Summit can act directly this time. But for you, Phaethon,
You guys don't follow the law anyway, so good luck.
Yes, Phaethon. A legend among proxies. An outlaw of the underground. The last disciple of a secret research institute. Mayor Mayflower's wondrous right hand. The one who saved the Void Hunter from the brink of collapse. It's my time to shine again, right?
to be honest, I won't need all those people helping me. But you're right. It's time for the protagonist to take the stage. I spotted the name Obel Squad on the Defense Force's unit roster. I've heard of their past exploits, and some of their members have had both professional and personal dealings with you. I believe they could be a trustworthy source of support. Their commanding officer this time is Miss Isolde, who worked with you during the investigation into the Exaltists and Porcelumex. I assume you're already well acquainted with her.
So we'll be taking part in the operation against the Exaltists as proxies working with the Defense Force?
Exactly. But the title Proxy won't fly in the Defense Force's operational report. You'll be introduced as Special Holotech Advisors and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations during your visit with the Defense Force.
Imsemo. And whatever SHTA comes out to pronounce as.
Sorry, official organizations do love to make up long and difficult to remember titles, but sometimes those titles can come in handy. Though I have to say, the ones you came up with a moment ago did sound a lot cooler.
Yay. Still no lead yet on our teacher.
By the way, we came across a few scattered clues about our teacher in the last mission, but we still didn't make any real headway.
There's still no solid intel on Miss Carol Arna, but within the limits permitted by the Defense Force, you're still free to pursue her whereabouts as you see fit. I've already informed the Defense Force and Miss Isolde in advance. The specific plans and arrangements will be up to you two to discuss with Isolde and Obel Squad. Well, I have official duties to attend to, and you both have an important mission ahead, so let's keep it brief. Once again, I wish you the best of luck.
He said duty. What am I, 12? Taking down the Exaltists, the Defense Force. Looks like this job won't be easy. I hope we don't run into any annoying people. But hey, we get to team up with Obel Squad again. Soldier 11 and Trigger will be happy to see you too. Right, Belle? And of course, a couple of new acquaintances we've crossed paths with before. But before heading out, maybe we should let Yishuan, Shifun, and the others know? Probably a good idea since they are... Hello! It's Chungus! Hello, Chungus. Meow. Whee. I want to wiggle the turtle. I think it's a turtle. Sun inside darkness. Heavy clouds obscure the sun. Darkness prevails and light is done. Yin and yang imbalance disturbs your sleep. Deep drink morning longan tea. Yang energy you will keep. For today, wealth is great. Don't fret the details lest it makes you late. Don't fight or rush over commissions lest you bring bad rumors to fruition. Yay! I've been expecting you, Belle. Don't give me that Yishuan Shifu is all-knowing look. I only knew because the mayor contacted me in advance. It seems that really is why you're here. Yunquei Summit is on good terms with the mayor, so we can't get directly involved in Defense Force affairs. Which means I have no choice but to send my talented student. Me? Is it me? I'll leave it to your disciple. Shaming the sect is the least of your worries. The Exaltists play dirty, and the Defense Force throws its weight around. You're neither skilled enough nor strong enough to deal with either of them alone. Ouch! That's why you have to act with the utmost caution. Your own safety has to come first before you try to help anyone else. Alright, Swabian Temple isn't going anywhere. Get a good night's rest here tonight, then go take care of what you need to do. Remember, if you get into any trouble out there, just give them your Shifu's name. You carefully calibrate the HDD device in Swabian Temple's inner chamber, then spend some time chatting with your senior brothers and sisters. Before you realize it, night has already fallen. Defense Force sent word we're meeting up with Obel Squad tomorrow morning. Coordinates are in the Lemnian Hollow. We're meeting in the Hollow? Is this how the military does things? That's right, the Defense Force wants us to link up with Obel Squad during the operation. Afterward, we'll reissue where to return to their base together. Supposedly, it's meant to help us work more smoothly with Obel Squad, to test our capabilities as the mayor's special envoys. So the best way to make us work better with a team that we've possibly never worked with before is to force us to jump into the middle of an operation. That seems dangerous and a massive liability. I spent the whole afternoon tuning the HDD device. It's pretty much done. You should take it easy and rest up for tomorrow's operation. That's not what the cutscene text said. It said, I did all the tuning. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, little Belle. Go to sleep. You are about to enter immersive storytelling. You cannot complete missions of other types while in this mode. Continue. S2 Chapter 003. Do not go gentle into that good night. In a dream made from electric impulses and numerical signals in Magus's memory. This is not where I thought I was going to be. That's the captain of Obel Squad. And she's attached to her tail.
The Hollow hit city center out of nowhere. Without support from the Obsidian Division, they won't hold for long.
I knew you couldn't count on Helios's warning systems.
Doesn't matter. We've seen worse, haven't we?
The track we're guarding this time is a key route for evacuating civilians and transporting aid.
Green hair is significant. This person is somebody significant.
This is our last line of defense. The civilians are right behind us. We must hold the line.
Is that Isolde? The voice sounds like it might be what I remember Isolde's voice sounded like, but it also might be Magus. Although it's Magus's memory, so all of these people are looking at us as the viewer and therefore at Magus, so this can't realistically be Magus.
Magus! You're late today?
Called it! Sort of.
You never miss Captain's pep talk.
And this is the captain.
Let me guess. You were off doing last-minute gear checks for us.
She's got a Denny gun. Wait. We received a gun from... Yep, that is Miss Isolde.
Still, they've got a point. Tardiness is unacceptable, soldier.
Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad assembled.
Agamemnon?
Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting backup! Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting
That was squishy.
Fall back, Orpheus!
That's a whole lot of blood.
No, we have to kill it, whatever it takes.
This isn't Orpheus. Surely. Oh, this could be... The viewer could be Orpheus. Orphe, the other part of Magus. So the viewer's got to be Orpheus at this point, because of this comment here, and this is attributed to our green-haired captain.
Get back!
Hey, it's the Shifu. That is probably Yishuan's sister. I forget her name.
I'm from Yunkoi Summit.
Those things are massive. Look at how big they are. They look like the giants from Majora's Mask, but with less monster head and more orby core thing.
We'll hold the line from here. You can fall back now, comrades.
Everyone, we can still save them. And the civilians, they're right behind us. We can't back down. We cannot fall back!
So, is this the end? Revenge. Against what? The Hollow? Against everything.
I'm really confused. I don't know who's who anymore.
I've already lost everything.
Captain? Captain Magus? Nagus? Nagus, were you dreaming again?
Intelligent constructs don't dream. It was just leftover cache fragments tucked away deep in my memory module.
So, were you dreaming about the past again?
Or if he just completely disregards her comment about that.
It's a good thing you gave up your studies at the meta school to enlist, Orphe.
What can I say? My brain can be a bit slow at times. Anyway, Magus, you talk in your sleep all the time.
I don't sleep. It's a self-diagnostic mode. And I've told you before, use my proper title while on duty, and stop eavesdropping on me.
Quite literally attached to her. What do you expect?
Yes, Captain Magus! I swear, I'll never listen to you sleep talking again. But given how you're always right behind me, it's kinda hard not to overhear.
It's not sleep talking. It's echoes of residual signals from the vocal module during self-diagnostic mode.
Yes, Captain Magus. I swear, I'll never eavesdrop on your, whatever that was during self-diagnostic mode again.
Still, it's strange. I actually overslept today. I mean, my self-diagnostic ran longer than expected.
This is gonna be an entertaining dynamic here.
Feels like some kind of bad omen.
Are intelligent constructs superstitious too?
Well, I am just like you. An idiot who dropped out of school to join the military. Superstition is the only knowledge I've got that I can actually rely on. Enough breakfast chit-chat. Time to get ready for this morning's operational briefing, Orphe.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Captain Magus, squad member Orphe. I've been waiting here for you. You left the sniper to wait here all alone? That's not how an assault trooper should operate, Orphe. Huh? But you were the one who woke up late. I told you that was a necessary systems check and maintenance. Now, getting into position early to cover their squad mates is part of a sniper's job too, isn't it? Let's head to the operation briefing room before the colonel scolds everyone in Obel squad for being late. Yay! We get to be Orphe for a minute. Look at all the military Bangu. There's actually a lot of people that are part of an Obsidian division. Like, I knew there were more military members. That soldier's tail. It has a captain on it. What do you expect? Good morning, soldier. I'm on guard duty, so please don't engage in conversation with me. Oh, am I interrupting your work? Sorry. You're supposed to be on guard duty, not checking out some girl's tail. What? A talking tail? This isn't a tail, it's Captain Magus. I'm talking to you, soldier. Sorry, Captain. Sorry, soldier. I'll stay focused on my post. All right, Captain Magus, let's head to the combat briefing. That's great. Supply checking, soldier. That's descriptive. Hello, Seed. Noble Squad, assemble! Captain Magus! Even after all this time, Soldier 11 has remained disciplined and focused. That's what you call a model soldier. Huh? Aren't I a model soldier? You, Seed, you're a soldier, too. If you joined the Scout, Seed, you'd definitely be an honor scout. I feel like there's a memory somewhere in my past. Something about being in the Scouts. If I weren't busy taking care of Seed Senior, I'd absolutely be an honored member. Captain, we've got about 12 or 13 push-ups worth of time before we're late for the operation briefing, depending on whether we're doing them one-handed or two. Let's hurry to the operation briefing, or we'll be punished as problem squad members before we ever get the chance to become honored ones. Assemble the squad. It is Isolda. The members of Obel Squad are gathered around the command table.
Good morning, everyone. Today's briefing is to discuss the tactical details for the raid on the Exaltis stronghold. Thanks to previous infiltration ops and documents from Porcelumex, we've gathered intel on several key Exaltis communication hubs within the Hollow. However, we still need more detailed intel on the exact location of their headquarters and the distribution of their personnel. Therefore, before the main force advances into the Hollow to launch a full sweep, we will deploy several elite squads to their comms outposts within the Hollow for recon. The first shot of this battle will be fired by Obel. The results you achieve will be critical to the success of the operations that follow.
Oh, Obsidian Division is a bigger grouping. It's like the overarching group that includes Obel Squad and other squads within the military. So that's when we're seeing those other soldiers that had Obsidian Division across the back of their shoulders. They weren't necessarily Obel Squad, like part of Orphe and Seed and Trigger and Soldier 11 and Magus's group. And there's one other one that I'm probably forgetting from that grouping. But from a branching unit, not necessarily above them, but that encompasses other squads as well.
Leave it to me, Isolde.
Captain Magus, remember to use proper ranks during operations.
Get wrecked!
Yes, ma'am. After all these years, it's not like you don't know my bad habits.
Magus? Captain, you were the one lecturing me about that just this morning.
After all this time, we finally get to fight side by side again, Isolde. Colonel.
Ma'am, I heard for this operation, a special envoy from the city government will be assisting Obel Squad. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, Trigger was just telling me we've got a super capable and trustworthy friend coming to work with us.
Trigger is right. There will indeed be a guest from the city government joining us as a technical advisor to assist Obel Squad in the operation.
And so, Seed, we've met Seed before. I don't know that we've in-game met Orphe and Magus before. Yeah, because we fought with them during the raid on the Exaltis. So we did.
The agreed arrangements. Our guest will meet you all inside the Hollow.
So at the rate we're going, we're probably not going to make it to Seed's agent story today.
The Exaltists have long plagued Yfei Peninsula. Obsidian Division's mission is simple. Eliminate the source of this chaos once and for all. Their repeated failures have cost them dearly. Our task now is to eliminate the remaining stragglers and strike directly at their headquarters. We have obtained intel on multiple enemy strongholds. You will be deployed as scouts. Your objective is to investigate and pinpoint the enemy's main base. Blitz Squad will handle the frontal assault. You will also rendezvous with the technical advisor dispatched by the mayor and assist them in securing the key data. Aegis Squad, you will strike the enemy from the air, providing firepower and intel support for all units on the ground. Operation codename Blitz and Aegis. Obel Squad, gear up and get ready!
So the operation is codenamed after two of the other squads?
Reporting in. We are at the target hollow.
Things for me to read that I'm not going to read. Cool.
Aegis Squad, report to position. Do you copy?
We're en route with the chopper. ETA 20 minutes. Landing at Blitz Squad's 3 o'clock.
Seed's still adorable.
Primary objective, rendezvous with the mayor's envoy.
Must be someone pretty important. They got Obel Squad handling the pickup.
They're very powerful, but also a very nice person.
Yay, Trigger already knows who it is.
What sort of person are they exactly?
Come and save the chit-chat for after the mission. Stay focused on the battle.
Reporting in!
The envoy and escort team are inside the building up ahead.
By the way, why are we meeting inside the hollow?
Captain Magus is all about action. She prefers getting to know our partners in live combat scenarios rather than listening to someone introduce them.
I mean, probably a
That's what Colonel Isolde said.
reasonable take on things.
You're making me sound like I'm some unreasonable, clueless kid or something.
Hey, we've been here before.
Really? I just hope the captain doesn't end up chewing out the envoy later.
Don't mind me, I'm just doing some preemptive exploration here. Scouting. I'm scouting. And thrashing the captain around as I run. Hello. A person? This doesn't happen. I guess it does now since we got our special Yunque summit technique.
Captain, put me in. I'm ready.
Join attack, Soldier 11! We've successfully rendezvoused with the target. Now, let me take a look at Colonel Isolde's intel report.
Rendezvous said.
Captain Magus, this is the Special Hollow Technology Consultant, the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations, as well as the...
Wait, didn't Isolde say there was only one target? How many people are we talking about here?
And just call me Lord Phaethon.
You can call me Lord Phaethon. Okay, I'm kidding. I thought that might lighten the mood a little. Just call me Proxy.
That's probably not a good idea.
So this is the amazing Miss Phaethon that Trigger and Soldier 11 were talking about. Turns out you're actually pretty down to earth.
I know who you are. You must be the infamous Phaethon they mentioned, right?
Yes.
Trigger was definitely talking about the renowned Miss Phaethon.
Usually, only heroic characters are described as renowned. For villains, it would be...
Infamous?
If the other side is a villain, then working with them means we're on the side of villains too.
To be honest, I'm still a little uneasy about having a proxy join up with Obel Squad. I'm an old-timer who plays by the rules. No dramatic backstory, no need for wild adventures like the younger ones. So I've rarely had dealings with anyone outside the military. Especially someone from, well, the underworld, like you.
Captain, you've literally got a dramatic backstory. You are a flamethrower gun that talks. A hero from the underworld, that sounds pretty cool.
A hero working from the dark side, protecting the city in secret. I have to admit, that sounds pretty cool.
It's also like word for word what we're doing, so...
Sure, I've heard stories of your accomplishments, but don't mistake that for me seeing you as a hero.
Yeah, it's okay, man. We'll change your mind soon.
Everyone walking the city has their own purpose, especially someone with a complicated background like you. But I hope your goals won't interfere with Obel's mission or violate the Defense Force's principles. Otherwise...
Orpheus face. So long as you're standing by the right values.
If what you call your principles are genuinely just, and your aim is to protect others, then I'd say we're on the same side.
I hope so.
Hero or not?
Whether I'm a villain or a hero, let's keep our focus on the mission. After all, we're still deep inside the hollow, surrounded by exaltists.
Regardless of your position, if you get things done, that's not bad in my book.
Next, I'll briefly outline the mission objectives and explain the role that Phaethon will play in this operation. As an expert hollow guide, or a proxy, Phaethon will use the current map intel and holo data to chart the most efficient route for us, Opal Squad. At the same time, we'll provide cover for Phaethon as the Proxy collects holo data and monitors the changes and activity of the miasma.
See, because I can actually fight the miasma with my special Yunque summoning techniques. I don't know that Opal Squad has that capability.
We've got plenty of trained scouts in the military. Can a Proxy with no combat experience really handle such an operation?
Magus, were you not there when we did the whole Exaltus battle thing, like 17 weeks ago?
Captain Magus, according to the intel report and squad member accounts, the Proxy has combat experience working alongside Trigger and Soldier 11. Sharper, more precise, and more perceptive than any scout. That's how Soldier 11 described the Proxy. I don't think we've ever seen anyone who's earned the approval of both Trigger and Soldier 11 outside of our own squad members.
Yay.
If no other squad members or Isolde have any objections, that wraps up the mission briefing. Don't fall behind, Proxy.
Okay. Let's go destroy something. Die!
There are more enemies than we expected.
Firepower! Agent Squad, report your status! Agent Squad, come in!
The enemy reinforcements just keep coming!
This squad is pinned down! Agent Squad, do you copy?
Enemy reinforcements spotted to the northwest!
Agent Squad!
Speed and the others should be okay. The fastest way to get comms back is to disable the nearby jamming devices. You safe. The miasma around us is getting thicker. Ether activity is rising around us. Watch out for stronger enemies.
We're circling right above the enemy, Captain.
Searching for the mission target.
Yay, seed!
Aegis Squad has reached the LZ. Red Squad, do you copy? Comms seem to be jammed. Is Seed Senior's comm system still working?
No, the speaker's all buzzy with static.
Let's clear the nearby enemies first, then regroup with the captain ASAP. I wonder if the Proxy,
The area's all clear now! All those annoying pests? Good riddance.
Come in, Blitz Squad. Do you copy?
Seed is so awesome!
Seems that annoying signal interference is still floating around in the air.
The enemy control room is just ahead. It's packed with communications here.
Found the jammer switch. I'll turn it off. As the switch flips down, the hum of a machine somewhere in the comms room comes to a halt.
Agent Squad, come in!
Agents reporting in! We read you loud and clear, Captain!
We just shut down the enemy's jamming equipment.
They sure have a large reserve of miasma.
Agent Squad, are there any ether transmission terminals inside the control room?
Roger! New objective! Shut down the ether transmission system! I'm coming, Trigger! Leave it to Seed, it'll be A-okay.
Steve, don't go darting too far away, okay?
Recalibrating.
Right in the face. It's the switch linked to the ether transmission device. Successful decryption signal flashes from Seed Senior's data port, and the once turbulent ether in the transmission system grows still.
Remote support. In position.
Good work.
The transmission system has been shut down.
Great! That cuts off the supply of miasma. I'm not
We eliminate the remaining enemies. Blitz Squad has finished clearing out the remaining enemies.
Roger. Aegis Squad has successfully secured a data copy from the control room.
Excellent. That about does it for our recon objectives. Meet up at the target location.
So,
Copy that. Aegis out.
so what I'm gathering is Obel Squad split into two sub-squads, Aegis Squad and Blitz Squad.
Things look like coffins. They're kind of creepy.
What's a coffin?
It's a thing where people are laid to rest.
Laid to rest? Oh, you mean like Seed Senior?
Oof. This is a sacrifice. Obscura, that's the word. This is an ether research device built by Porcelumex. Alice calls it an Obscura.
Huh?
Obscura? That was in the report we handed over to Commander Isolde. Are these just regular ether research equipment? I doubt it's that simple. Anything tied to the Exaltus is bound to be suspicious. I felt something ominous too. Are you saying the Defense Force has some information on it? You'll get the intel when you need to know. For now, let's keep moving. What a difficult person to work with. Don't be discouraged, Miss Special Envoy. I've been around the captain for a while and still think, keep moving! Bang Boo Workbench. Get to work, Bang Boo. I don't know if I was supposed to do this or not, but I mean, I guess I was supposed to do it because it had a marker on it.
Tapped the unknown device. Now analyzing.
That's a
network communication structure detected.
This is cute.
These devices are interconnected, probably forming part of a larger equipment array.
Oh, I still have my hammer.
Tracking part of the data, we can locate the other devices.
Looks like Proxy's quite the skilled hacker.
Thank you.
You're amazing, Proxy!
Thank you again.
You're not secretly hacking into my brain while I'm asleep, are you?
Nope.
Hey, come on. I'm a professional. I have standards.
Communication structure analysis 50% complete.
I don't know where I'm supposed to be going, but up here looks like a place where I shouldn't be, but I want. Ooh, I can go up there. Again, a place where I probably shouldn't be, but I'm glad I went because it's fun. Hey, there's stuff back here. Let's see where we can stick the bamboo where it doesn't belong. Wait, is this, yeah, this is Eos, so number 1. He was number 1! Ooh. Wait, why are there little... Yeah, I think I feel like I missed out on Denny's. Maybe they just bounced around. I don't know. I'm confused. Bonk. Forgot earlier that the Bang Boo can't actually sprint, that it just dives, and so then I ended up diving. Thought I could sprint. Because the diving button is also the sprinting button. You're okay. Clear! Hey,
those are ether reactors made by Porcelumex. Not gonna lie, they look pretty ominous.
I'm gonna go this way first. Oh, that's back where I was.
Join attack, Soldier 11!
There's an obstacle in my way. These obstacles are blocking Aegis Squad's path to our rendezvous point. Clear them out while we wait for them. Yes, Captain Magus.
This is the only route Blitz Squad can take.
The mission went without a hitch. Great work, everyone.
And thanks to the envoy for all her hard work, too. You were also amazing in battle. I was just doing my duty.
Guess we're going down. Bonk.
Seed, you've met them before.
Well, not in person.
Oh, it's you, Proxy.
Aww. It's so adorable. The pilot of this mech?
You're Seed, right? It's been a while. We met briefly during the Porcelumex investigation.
I remember. Oh, Seed Senior says he remembers too. Shh, he's asleep right now, so he can't talk to you himself. But according to Seed Senior, you're someone who can be trusted. Someone worth trusting. Well, to be honest, it was Trigger and Soldier 11 who told Seed Senior first. And then Seed Senior told me.
Who's Seed Senior?
Seed Senior. Is that the name of your mech?
He's not a mech. Seed Senior is an intelligent construct, totally different from exoskeleton-based vehicles like mechs. You carry the same scent as me, Proxy. You must be quite knowledgeable in this field. Did you attend classes properly back in school, Proxy?
No.
Strictly speaking, I never really went to a typical school.
Sounds like a lie.
You two have quite a unique way of talking.
You're not much better, Soldier 11.
The Defense Force, or rather, Obel Squad's comms channel always seems to be tuned to a pretty unusual frequency.
Birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
The Proxy wasn't complimenting us, Soldier 11. You dummy.
Oh.
Being able to tune into both Seeds and Soldier 11's wavelength at the same time, I have to say, you really are something special.
Wavelength? Are Seed and Soldier 11 intelligent constructs too?
Basically.
Still, winning over these girls might be easy, but as their commanding officer, I have to assess you with the utmost caution.
I didn't study for an assessment.
All right, everyone, that's enough chit-chat. Let's not forget, we're still in the middle of a battlefield here. Although we've tracked down the Exaltists' communication outpost, it seems all that's left are supplies they didn't have time to evacuate with. We came up empty on both the location of the Exaltists' main base and the research data you were looking for, Proxy.
The most efficient way to move such a large amount of supplies in a short time would be through spatial fissures. The Exaltists have been operating in Lemnian Hollow for a long time. They must have access to fissure coordinates that the Defense Force doesn't know about. But no one knows the labyrinths of hollows better than Phaethon.
So just have some faith in us.
Phaethon's scales are like magic. Sounds way more impressive than a carrot.
I could go for some carrots.
Sounds pretty mysterious. Anyway, you're confident you can catch up with them, right?
Yep. I'm Phaethon after all.
I got this.
Yay. Hey look, I found them.
Inside those devices, those are all sacrifices?
Seed, confirm the number of enemies.
Locking onto hostile targets. There's 8 in total. Good job. 6. 5. 2. 1.
Ooh, it's like pulsating. Yes!
Now we're all clear.
Obel Squad. All enemies eliminated.
Amid the thunderous stomps of heavy machinery and shrill hysterical screams, Seed brings in the Exaltus captives.
The rambling old man is a little Seed's trophy.
The final sacrifice is about to begin. How can swirling dust compete with a blazing fire?
Do all the Exaltists talk like this? It's really hard to understand.
Seed, make him shut up.
Foolish unbelievers!
Seed Senior. You've got to be careful with how you treat prisoners.
I love her even more. It's hilarious.
They've done more than enough harm. Being gentle isn't exactly a priority.
That's how the Exaltists operate.
What sets these Exaltists apart from typical villains is their fanatical devotion to the Creator. That often drives them to act unpredictably. Even if they act in the shadows without rhyme or reason, the miasma remains essential to them. If we follow that trail, it could very well be the weakness that brings them down.
These so-called fanatics are nothing more than villains who treat ether as a deadly poison corrupting new Eridu, aiding and abetting its destruction. Let's see if they stay so devoted when confronted with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers!
They probably will, considering they refine themselves in the name of the Creator. Lizard! That would be a dragon. Calm down, Captain Magus.
Calm down, Captain Magus. As vile as the Exaltists are, not every member is guilty. Many innocent civilians were deceived into joining.
I mean, it's kind of a dragon tail with a flamethrower construct embedded in it. I'm sure we'll get the story eventually, but for now.
In other words, not every Exaltist member deserves to be met with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers.
Jar Jar.
We've hardly caught anyone yet, and you're already defending them? I know how to throw around grand quotes too. Like no snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible. You're awfully sympathetic towards these scumbags. Perhaps because you're one of them?
Ouch.
Enough! Captain Magus, I'm pretty sure your remarks have already exceeded the boundaries set by Commander Isolde's temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon, specifically the section designated for Magus.
Huh? How come no one told me about it?
Probably because you overslept.
Don't speak harshly to your squad mates, and don't say anything that kills morale. That's what you taught us, Captain Magus.
I don't consider them a comrade. At least not yet.
I don't need any labels or definitions.
Whether we're allies who can rely on each other, or simply partners with our own suspicions, let's stick to our duties, Captain Magus.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Phaethon.
Something urgent that needs our attention right
There's
now.
a critical piece of intel that needs our immediate attention. What just emerged from the Obscura is a bioweapon created by the Exaltists, known as a sacrifice. These Obscura, and the factories that produce them, are scattered throughout Lemnian Hollow.
No, not just Lemnian Hollow. According to the data from Porcelumex and the intel Commander Isolde has gathered, there are a large number of Obscura placed throughout Yfei Peninsula. Over 300 of them.
Over 300? Not even the entire Obsidian Division could deal with that many monsters.
The entire Obsidian Division would just end up as monster food.
We have to get this information to Command immediately. The Exaltists' actions may be far more dangerous than we had anticipated.
Here's the problem. The situation isn't that bad yet.
No, that's not right. Although I did come across Obscura shards tainted with sacrifice energy, there's still no solid evidence to confirm that the sacrifices and Obscura are directly connected. The Obscura devices I saw in Phylum Heights didn't all carry traces of sacrifice energy either. More importantly, creating a creature as powerful as the sacrifices would require an unimaginable amount of ether. There's no way the Exaltists have access to such an immense supply of ether and miasma.
Or they would have destroyed New Eridu long ago.
Phew. Good thing the bad guys we're dealing with this time aren't that powerful. Yet.
Hey, did you two completely forget that courage is a soldier's greatest virtue?
Captain, did Didn't you say that kind of talk is just something generals say to sound impressive?
The Proxy has a point, but there's definitely something suspicious about the Obscura and Wi-Fi Peninsula. We need to organize thorough inspections and patrols as soon as possible. Obsidian Division has already mobilized outside Lemnian Hollow. Those Exaltist rats will soon meet their end.
Watch out for a last-ditch counterattack. They won't go down easy.
Fanatic's last stand is often the most ferocious. Everyone, stay sharp and proceed with caution.
After spending over a decade in the military, I understand that all too well.
What Captain Magus meant to say was, thanks for the heads up, Proxy.
Good thing you're here to translate for us.
That's not what I meant.
In the depths of the Lemnian Hollow, where even the Proxy's eyes couldn't pierce the darkness.
The military's operation has started. You're to provide cover for the Overseer's ritual. Every action leads us closer to meeting our Lord.
Everything for the Creator, Lady Sarah. But the Defense Force has overwhelming numbers, and we've taken heavy losses lately. With what little strength we have left,
We don't need to achieve victory. Our mission is to buy time. She is super twitchy. Gotta lay off that miasma, lady. Sacrifices are inevitable. Fortunately, the Defense Force isn't exactly driven by the noble duty they claim to uphold. As long as the Overseer completes the ritual, then we've already won. May the Creator refine you. May the Creator refine me! Yeah. Refine your spine. My heart's one desire. The Obsidian Division has temporarily taken over Seagaze Road as our base of operations. This will be our staging area for the upcoming mission. But there seems to be way more people at the base today. Probably some sort of operation being coordinated. Anyway, let's report back to Isolde first. Oh, I'm gonna talk to my squad mates first. Thank goodness you're okay, Proxy. When you and the captain were surrounded by enemies, I was really worried about you both. My bullet almost didn't make it in time. Don't worry about me. Protecting you, Proxy, is our top priority. I mean, protecting citizens like you, Proxy. Dorothy might seem a little hesitant at times, but she's actually a skilled and brave soldier. Captain Magus comes off as harsh and short-tempered, but she's the kind of person who would risk everything for her squad and for new Eridu, or rather, she already has. That is a sneak peek into the backstory. Seed! If it wasn't for Seed and Trigger shutting down the Exaltus equipment, the captain and I wouldn't have been in for... the captain and I would have been in for one heck of a fight. I mean, I was a big help, but Trigger and Seed Senior were just as important. The Exaltus system were pretty basic. It just took a little tinkering to shut them down. Your ability to handle machines so effortlessly is amazing, Seed. I wonder if I could learn to do so with enough practice? It's talent. Pure talent. I can always sense it. You've got a similar gift, right, Proxy? Seed is adorable. He sold it.
All in all, the scouting mission was a success. Obel Squad took no casualties. Against our firepower, those Exaltus lunatics didn't stand a chance. It's honestly baffling how HSO and public security got completely outplayed by the Exaltists. Their actions are chaotic and lack any strategy. Though credit goes to Commander Isolde's flawless planning.
The Proxy was amazing too, just like Trigger and Soldier 11 said, and just like all those rumors on Internet.
Huh? Orphe, since when have you been visiting sketchy sites like Internet behind my back?
Calm down, Captain Magus. What you've dealt with so far are just the Exaltus' scattered remnants.
I know. We already have the hollow coordinates for the Exaltus base. I'm not worried about a head-on clash. What worries me are those Obscura and the sacrifice creatures.
Leave the search for the Obscura to me and the city forces. You focus on the mission inside the hollow. You can't just grasp at weeds. You have to dig out the roots. All this might just be a diversion by the Exaltists. By the way, Proxy, I heard your performance in the hollow was top-notch as always. How's working with Obel? Has Captain Magus been giving you any trouble?
Is this my opportunity to dunk on the captain, or am I going to stand up for her? Busted! I have to give that some thought. Captain Magus said, these are generally disjointed statements from the same response, so regardless of what I pick, I'm still going to get the same dialogue in game. I'll have to give that some thought.
I'll have to think about that. I remember Captain Magus saying that Phaethon is a villain who should be dealt with using 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military grade high energy lasers.
I was honestly, if I had had the choice of the actual dialogue, I was honestly going to stand up for Captain Magus, because I get that being the captain of a military squad is not all sunshine and rainbows, so it's reasonable to be apprehensive about somebody who is a well-known criminal by legal standings. And even though they prove to be very useful in every situation that the military and the law and the police and the public security and everybody has dealt with them on, it's still reasonable to be hesitant. But
Don't go taking things out of context to make me look like the bad guy. I'm a straight shooter.
Got it. Looks like the temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon doesn't really hold much sway over Captain Magus.
remember, Captain Magus didn't even know about that temporary protocol.
It's all because I wasn't decisive enough. Please don't punish Captain Magus.
Captain Magus has actually been very cooperative.
She's not the most soft-spoken, but Captain Magus and the squad have been doing their best to support me. And her military-grade high-energy laser is definitely reassuring.
All right. Without the Proxy support, our operation wouldn't have gone this smoothly.
Yay, high praise.
I guess this is the part where old grudges melt away and everyone makes nice.
Probably not yet.
But if you're that talented, why settle for the dishonorable role of a proxy? Why not join the military, earn a proper rank, and truly protect New Eridu?
Because we have a slightly contrary goal ahead of us. Also, why am I still using the Unquest uniform? What's so dishonorable about it? Look at my temper.
What's so dishonorable about it? The work we do in the shadows brings us closer to the light than many of those who stand in it.
You're being a little harsh today, Captain.
Ooh.
Proxy, how many unqualified civilians have you led straight into danger within the Hollows? And how many shady Hollow Raiders have you guided to dirty money?
I'm not that kind of proxy.
You're right, Captain Magus. The underworld does have its dark side, but a lot of people are forced into it. They have to avoid the light and just try to survive in the shadows. And this grand, respectable world you speak of, is it really filled with nothing but righteous heroes? Is your defense force really so perfect? Every single person?
You...
I mean, She's got a point.
All right, kids, enough bickering. The only villain here is the grumpy old Isolde. You're all brave, shining heroes, okay?
Looks like the captain got shut down by Commander Isolde again.
Even the Proxy's been lumped in with the kids. Looks like we're all in the same class now.
This concludes the briefing. Proxy, Major General Lorenz has expressed interest in meeting you. Would you mind coming with me later?
Remember that stuff we said about everybody being in the Defense Force being all perfect and good? Yeah, now we're talking to Lorenz. This isn't the interrogate the Proxy part, right?
The Major General wants to see me? That can't be good.
Relax. I'll be with you.
That still can't be good. Can I bring Seed? I'd feel better if Seed was with us.
What?
Same dialogue. Adjutant, sir, the Major General's guest has arrived. Please follow me, you two. The Major General's tent is just beyond this tunnel. You follow the adjutant's lead and head with Isolde into the Major General's tent on the other side of the tunnel.
Sir, your guests have arrived.
That's about what I expected it to sound like.
Colonel Isolde,
He already
I
is.
heard that, Obel Squad has already obtained the coordinates of the Exaltist headquarters.
He's definitely evil. 100%. 3,000%. He's basically Booker? Broker. Booker. The military guy that we beat up and then he refined himself. Yeah, definitely involved.
That's correct, sir. The recon operation was a success. However, we also discovered something unexpected. There are numerous ether reactors installed around Waifei Peninsula, known as Obscura, which may pose a significant threat.
You can handle the specifics with your squad. You know I've always counted on you. Just make sure I get results.
Yes, sir.
Among all the mediocrity in the Obsidian Division, Isolde, you're the one who truly stands out. I'm really glad I found you back then.
This dialogue seems really weird.
Someone like you shouldn't be stuck on the front lines. I'm pragmatic, but I always make sure my subordinates are treated fairly. This is a big opportunity, but I went to great lengths to get troops into Waifei Peninsula. So this mission is one we cannot afford to fail.
Yes, sir.
Ah, I seem to have forgotten about our guest. Isolde, the person beside you.
This is the officially appointed Hollow Technical Advisor and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operation, Bell.
So there's going to be like zero chance that this guy, who is the head of the operation, wasn't listening to all of the radio chatter between them during the operation. Although, actually, speaking of that, that's probably not the case, because they're not special like Bell and the Bangbu Eos is, so they can't actually communicate inside the Hollow with the outside using their radios. So he probably doesn't know anything about all of the members of Obel Squad calling us Proxy and calling us Fate and everything.
Welcome to Waifei Peninsula, Ambassador Bell.
Thanks, but we were already here.
I've been in Waifei Peninsula for a while now. Honestly, it's more appropriate for me and Swabian Temple to be the ones welcoming the Defense Force.
Swabian Temple. Ah, Yunque Summit.
Yes. Hey.
Pardon my memory, I nearly forgot our guest works directly under Mayor Mayflower. Mind filling me in, Colonel Isolde? Why is one of the mayor's personal agents, an infamous Proxy, getting involved in Defense Force business?
Proxy?
Belle was appointed by the city as a technical advisor and envoy for Mayor Mayflower, sir. She's here to assist and oversee the Defense Force's operation.
Assist, huh? If the High Preceptor of Yunquay Summit had shown up in person, perhaps I'd consider that worthy.
Dude is a total snob.
And as for the supervision, since when does Mayflower get a say in when Obsidian Division pulls the trigger?
Sir, Belle is only here to assist Obel Squad. This has nothing to do with the main force's operations or command. All part of the agreement to keep the City Council from meddling with our military affairs in Waifei Peninsula. Which, I imagine, suits you just fine?
Of course. Your arrangements are always right on point, Colonel. This whole operation is running smoothly, thanks to you. Well then, since you're the Hollow experts and personally by the Mayor, it's only right that I give you a proper welcome.
I'm concerned on a number of levels.
Unfortunately, military secrecy is of utmost importance. So I'm afraid I can't escort Belle to the more refined venues in the city for a proper celebration, at least for now.
That's super weird.
Colonel Isolde, until this operation is over, all of Belle's external communications and movements beyond Phylum Heights must be temporarily restricted.
Good thing Wise and our HDD system are in Phylum Heights.
That's a very unique way to treat a guest.
Major General, the Mayor and Yunquay Summit might not be too happy about that.
Oh, but it does essentially cut us off from communicating with the Mayor.
That's an order, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
The people from Porcelumix are still waiting for me in Phylum Heights. Something about a banquet to welcome the Defense Force to Waifei Peninsula. Typical corporate parasites. Always know how to adapt and survive.
Remember, this General Lawrence, who is in literally partial shares of the Porcelumix organization.
I'm afraid I won't be able to personally entertain our guest, Isolde.
That's good, because I'm kind of grossed out by you already, sir.
Let's go, Madam Ambassador.
I'm really sorry, Belle. You came here to help, and this is how you're treated. To be honest, it's probably better than I expected. Life in the military comes with its fair share of rules and restrictions. Major General Lorenz was a decorated officer during the fall of the old capital 11 years ago, and was promoted to a general after its fall. Over the years, he's been known for his rather overbearing conduct, which is very similar to, what's his name? The big cop guy that we destroyed, as he went corrupt. It'd be dishonest to say I like his style, but working under him has definitely given me a lot of opportunities and access, allowing me to investigate the truth behind the fall of the old capital. The truth behind it. To be exact, the cause behind my squad's failure back then. Magus has always been concerned about it. I'm getting off track, but the point is, you can count on us, whether it's Obel Squad or any other Obsidian Division soldier. We'll give everything to protect you. After briefing you on the military operation, Isolde takes her leave. Talk about rude. Are all the Defense Force generals this unpleasant? Restrictions on going out and contacting the outside world? I might as well be a prisoner. That's exactly what it is. You're being isolated to prevent anything from getting out. But if we're just heading down to Swabian Temple for a quick break, they shouldn't stop us, right? I would say no, because that's still attempt to return to Swabian Temple. Right. I don't like phrasing on that. Guard duty really wears me out. I'm not gonna be able to talk to anybody, am I? That looks like, oh, that's not, I was gonna say, she looks like somebody that's gonna stop. Don't make fun of your comrades. Come on, I want the rest of the dialogue here. Proxy's been nabbed by the Major General.
Oh?
Then why do you look so happy, Seed? Don't make fun of your comrade's suffering, Seed. That Major General guy's a real pain, huh? So if the Proxy doesn't get along with him, that must mean they're alright. It sounds silly, but also somehow makes sense. Now I can hear you. Ah! You're also the type that you eavesdrop on people. I've been aware of your presence for a while now, Proxy, and for the record, I wasn't talking behind your back. Proxy, Proxy, the ever so lovable Proxy, always listening in with those keen ears. I don't know, my cadence was really far off. Yeah, alright, we're going back to the temple. Sorry, orders from above. You're not allowed to leave. And threaten in a harsh and intimidating tone. Facts and logic. I don't know who you are, but there's no argument to be had. Orders are orders. Facts and reason again. The argument draws the attention of several nearby soldiers.
Huh?
You okay there, Belle? Several nearby soldiers being Trigger, Soldier 11, and Seed. Comrade, Belle is a special envoy sent by the mayor. Show some respect. The mighty Miss Belle got taken down a notch. I'm just following orders. Following orders is a soldier's duty. I understand where the soldier is coming from. I hope you understand, Crimson Gloom. Crimson Gloom? Withdraw with head held high. Bye! Yeah. So, we got a problem here.
Captain, Proxy made it through the interrogation unscathed.
No significant change in pulse, and your face isn't too pale. Looks like you passed the test. You look so frail, Proxy. Who would have thought you had the makings of a soldier tough enough to endure enemy torture?
So, you're really that eager to see me tortured? I'm a pro, I couldn't be caught.
With you already calling me the villain, I figured I'd better get good at dodging torture.
The Major General may be tough to deal with, but interrogating the Mayor's envoy? That kind of thing doesn't happen in the Obsidian Division.
Isolde explains the Major General's orders to him.
Temporarily restricting the Proxy's movements and communications. What does that mean?
That means I'm a prisoner.
It means we've got your precious faith and locked away. No way out, and no texting or calling family.
That's just so...
That's terrible!
I agree. Trigger, were you about to say it's good?
What a shame. I never thought the legendary Proxy Faithen would end up getting caught one day.
On the plus side, at least the legendary Proxy Faithen was caught by Obel Squad. The Major General's idea of hospitality might be questionable, but for a soldier, orders are orders.
So, as much as we regret it, the legendary Proxy Faithen will have to stay put in Phylum Heights for a while.
So I can go back to the temple then.
You sure you're sorry, Captain? I'm pretty sure you were holding back a laugh just now.
Don't worry. Obel Squad and the Obsidian Division are the first line of defense against the Hollows. We'll wipe out the Exaltists faster than you'd think.
And then the Proxy will be free.
As ordered, a technician will now attach a tracker to the Proxy and temporarily block all communication functions of their electronics.
What about the one embedded in my eyes? There's no point in fighting it. So you allow a soldier to fasten the tractor, more like an electronic shackle, to your ankle. It literally got put under house arrest by the military. Thanks to the Defense Force's signal jamming, the only wireless frequencies still functioning in Wi-Fi Peninsula are military ones. For now, at least, say farewell to the friends anxiously awaiting your replies on Knock Knock.
My apologies, Proxy.
For the Obsidian Division, orders carry more weight than mountains. I don't like restricting someone's freedom like this. And I'm not exactly your biggest fan. But I hope you won't hold it against Isolde or the squad.
I understand. This probably wasn't your intention.
I may not be a soldier, but I can understand the weight orders carry for all of you. If temporarily restricting my freedom helps the operation go smoothly and keeps the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula safe, I'll gladly go along with it.
I never thought you'd show such resolve, Proxy. Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on you while you're with us.
Captain Magus keeping an eye on you? Just a heads up, she's not exactly the caring type.
Once again, Proxy, you have my apologies.
Yeah, with comms and our movement restricted, things are definitely tricky. Luckily, I can still reach out to Wise and Fairy through the HDD without Defense Force noticing. Right as I'm thinking about this. Proxy, don't look so down. It's time for Opal's regular equipment maintenance. Come join us. Is that okay? Do you agree, Captain Magus? Making sure our tech folks have reliable gear is crucial, so if you want to drop by Proxy, go right ahead. I don't have any equipment on me, not that I could fix anything even if I did. Really? I mean, I couldn't detect any gear on the Proxy, but I can't shake the strange feeling. Like the Proxy has some sort of device that feels odd, familiar. Don't worry, Proxy. Seed can be a bit hard to follow at times, but when it comes to tech, you can always count on her. It's just a routine maintenance check. Come on, Proxy, stop being so wishy-washy. I don't like how orange everything is. But they all get really washed out when they do the blue tone. That's maybe it's a little better, but it's not much. Me, I'm just gonna sneak in here and photobomb a little bit here. Sorry, Mercury. The real stars of this show are Seed and Seed Senior. I'll find my button eventually. There we are. So, does that really mean I can't, Haha, look, I still get Internet. What's she gonna do? I've got my communications. Noble Squad is all here. Alright, time to start today's routine maintenance. Inspector on duty, squad member Seed. First up for inspection, Mercury. Mercury here. Let me take a look and see if this little Colby's got anything wrong with it. I always get nervous when Seed does my checkup. The antenna on the comms module seems a bit worn out. Gotta remember to get those parts replaced. If Colby can't hear me on the radio during the operation, I'm gonna kick your butt. Aye aye. Next up is Trigger's sniper rifle. She's got a shoulder mole. A pair of shoulder moles. I'm counting on you again, see, because she can't see, perhaps. I only need one look to tell your weapon's in flawless shape, just like always, Trigger. A sniper's weapon is their soul on the battlefield, after all. Boring! Now it's Orphe and Captain Magus' turn. Let's get this straight. You're not laying a finger on me. Calm down, Captain. Quit swinging around my tail. Your exoskeleton is in good shape overall, Orphe. But your tail shows way more wear, no doubt due to the Captain's reckless fighting style. The Captain gives it her all in combat. I'll try to stay in sync with Orphe's movements. As for Captain Magus, you're using that nitro fuel oil again, aren't you? Seed can't stand that smell pouring out of your gun barrel. Whoa, are you seriously attacking your captain's dental hygiene? And finally, it's your turn, Proxy. Where should I start? Seed stares straight into the Proxy's eyes. Impossible as it seems, it almost feels like she can see right through to the HDD. But that can't be possible, right? Look away. Look away. Change the subject. Your eyes are crystal clear, Proxy. All systems good. Inspection complete. You were just looking for an excuse to stare into the Proxy's eyes. Now that everyone's finished their equipment checks, you're dismissed. Get some rest and make sure your gear is serviced at the armory. Hey, Proxy, don't forget to look after your eyes, too. She knows. She knows. You confirm that the military really is restricting your freedom of movement with Noble Squad. You then return to the tent to rest. The tent offers some cover from the soldiers' gazes, and re-establishing the connection with the HDD brings a small sense of relief.
As Master's supreme assistant and a thoughtful, all-purpose AI, I would never sit back helplessly while Master's freedom is being restricted, unlike the second assistant.
You really can't stop chasing that first assistant title, can you? When will you finally understand that as her sibling, I'm irreplaceable?
Hey, you two are just like kids.
Alright, you two, enough arguing. I'm just the pitiful, useless captured Proxy here, while you two are elite hackers, okay?
Negative. Although Master was unfortunately captured, Master remains an elite hacking expert.
Save your useless sympathy, first assistant. Luckily, not even the Hollows can interfere with the HDD's unique signal, so the Defense Force's jamming is barely an inconvenience.
Still, I was the one who actually encoded the anti-jamming signal.
Which means Bell can still reach me through the HDD, and EOS's deep dive can continue as planned.
I'll send over the data from my eyes right away.
I saw some new data with my eye implants in the hollow. I need you to run some calculations. Whether or not the military's info checks out, nothing is more trustworthy than your calculations, Fairy.
Well, way to build her up.
Affirmative. Additionally, I've made a full copy of the military intel files that EOS and Master saw.
If the defense force comes knocking because you did something without permission, make sure they know second assistant and your master had nothing to do with it. Anyway, leave the rest to me and Fairy Bell, just like always.
As always.
Then leave clearing out the hollow to me and Noble Squad, just like always.
The defense force's mission is bound to be dangerous. Be careful, Bell.
The bed beneath you feels so foreign. You hardly rest well that night. But as with all things, it eventually passes. A commotion rises from the outpost beyond the tent. That's Orphe and Seed's voices. Let's go check out what's happening. The Bangbu is shorting out, and that doesn't appear to be an antenna issue. He's also making fun blooping noises. Is this the little one you brought back from the hollow? Yes, Captain. The Bangbu's squad seems to have been attacked, and I received the Bangbu's distress signal and rushed over. What about the soldiers in that squad? They were all lying there covered in blood. I mean, the not breathing kind of lying there. Let's pay our respects. This Bangbu probably recorded what happened when they ran into the enemy, but it's badly damaged. Do we have any technicians at the base? I'm a technician. Proxy, you know how to fix a Bangbu? Please help this little guy. I'll leave it to you, Proxy. No right. Got a 1. We got a 2. We got a 3. And we got a 4. That Proxy has had his ether attuned. Or ether tuned, sorry. The video footage is restored and images from inside the hollow stream out through the Bangbu's data port.
All units be advised. At 3 o'clock, 300 meters. A cluster of miasma. Ethereal presence confirmed. Something's off. Are those humans coming out of there? Hey, look! Someone's crawling out of the miasma!
Yeah, it's a sacrifice.
Why are they wearing defense force uniforms?
They're coming closer. And they're armed! We're under attack! Fight back! Enemy spotted at 3 o'clock. More at 5 o'clock.
Oh, is it the Exaltus troops in disguise?
Stop.
No, they emerged from the miasma. They're definitely not alive.
What the are we seeing the dead in broad daylight?
Ethereal or monster, just take them down. Reporting in. We've got casualties. We've got another wave of hostiles closing in on the right. We need backup.
The deafening gunfire grows loud, gradually drowning out all the voices. That is the weirdest pronunciation of that word ever, but we'll go. Gunfire and voices gradually fade away, and everything returns to silence. White noise grows louder, skipping ahead. God, this one.
And just as the Overseer said, even a miracle like resurrection is nothing for the Creator!
Don't let joy blind you, my dear brother. Until we stand before the Creator, every miracle is just a small step toward the gate of the final domain.
Don't worry, my joy hasn't clouded my judgment, and my knowledge as a researcher remains sharp. The large-scale miasma activation experiment has already begun ahead of schedule. They'll never catch up to us on our path to the Creator.
The footing ends abruptly here. The Bangbu recording the data seemingly couldn't hold on any longer. These soldiers crawling out of the miasma. They look like the dead brought back to life. The dead, but they're dressed in military gear from the old capital. Stuff from 11 years back. They truly are the dead returned. How could they be the ghosts of those old soldiers if they're shooting at their own squad mates? They're not undead. They're some kind of miasma creature. Still, the fact that these creatures take on the form of former Defense Force soldiers means their creator, the enemy's knowledge of the Defense Force, might be beyond our imagination. Besides, yesterday's recon mission went perfectly. We didn't let any cultists escape, so there's no way the Exaltists should be aware of our progress. We need to report this to Isolde. Let's go, Proxy. Together with Obel Squad, you brief Isolde on what you saw in the footage.
The Exaltists have already figured out that we're launching a full-scale operation? So far, only Obel Squad's scouting mission involved direct combat. What that recon team ran into was likely just an unfortunate accident. But your operation was flawless, and no part of the plan was leaked. That means either the Exaltists are more perceptive than we thought, or some unit acted outside my command and carried out an unsanctioned mission.
Or Mr. Moneybags at the top ran a insider leak.
But Lorenz handed over command of this operation to you.
How could someone ignore the Colonel's orders?
So if we rule out interference from higher up, the only one who could have mobilized troops without the Colonel's approval is...
Major General Lorenz.
Mm-hmm. Only the Major General himself.
Looks like Colonel Isolde has it even tougher than I do when it comes to dealing with a demanding superior.
Orphe, you don't actually think I'm that difficult to deal with, do you?
At this point, arguing with my superior won't do any good.
So if we want the raid to stay on track, we'll have to strike even faster.
While I usually think you're a little too reckless, Magus, this time I agree with you. Swift as the wind, fierce as fire, and unknowable as shadow. That's the essence of Blitz tactics. At least according to a Yunque Summit scroll. Since the enemy already knows we're coming, let's seize this rare opportunity and strike before they're ready.
Obel Squad, gear up and get ready!
Yes, Captain Magus!
I'm about to start deploying troops to launch the offensive. Proxy, both the battlefield and the hollows can shift in an instant. Make sure you're fully prepared. We aren't as ready as we could have been. The Obsidian Division will handle the battlefield, but when it comes to the hollow, you're the only one we can count on.
I won't let you down.
Leave it to me. On my reputation as a legendary proxy and my honor as the mayor's envoy, I won't let you down. I'm counting on all of you, too. Please don't betray the trust that people have placed in the Defense Force.
Save it. We're well aware.
What the captain means is, Obel never fails a mission.
Except for that one where the captain basically lost her life. Too soon? This operation has two main objectives. First, to gather intel on the miasma soldiers. Second, to eliminate key Exaltist bases. Get ready and move out. In a surprise attack, every second counts. Whole squad, move out. I'm surprised I didn't get told off for saying that. You know, with the background I've got here, it almost makes it look like I've got a green screen. Now it doesn't.
The unexpected deployment of forces beyond Isolde's plan has put the Exaltists on high alert, like a startled bird ready to flee.
I just noticed that Magus is actually still wearing a tie.
We can't risk the Exaltist core members escaping right under our noses. We have to strike quickly and hit their key bases.
Based on the intelligence we have, the target's stronghold in this operation is very likely the Exaltist's main base.
Intel may not be complete.
I'm not usually one to spoil the mood, but from what I've seen of the Exaltists, they're not that easy to pin down. Which raises the question, can we really trust the intel from the Defense Force?
You really know your way around intelligence and information warfare, Proxy. But it's Isolde's strategy and intel that have been key to the Defense Force's success so far. I understand your concerns, but I've no reason to doubt the reliability of Isolde's intel.
You really trust her.
Captain Magus, you sure have a lot of trust in Commander Isolde, don't you?
That's because Captain Magus and Commander Isolde were comrades in arms. They fought side by side years ago.
Technically, fighting side by side isn't exactly accurate. But yes, Isolde and I go way back. She's a comrade, a senior, and my commanding officer. In fact, Obel Squad itself wouldn't exist without Isolde's support and guidance. If I can't trust Isolde, then there might not be anyone left in Obsidian Division I can trust.
I understand. So please believe me, when I'm acting as your proxy, my one and only goal is to lead you all to where you're meant to be.
Yay. Let's back this way. A dead end.
The Defense Force people are here.
Yeah. Who goes there?
It's your judge, jury, and executioner.
Blocking the way to the Creator.
The Creator will not forgive them. Our sacrifice will pave the way for our master's return.
Copy. Recalibrating. The target's exposed.
One shot, one kill.
Hey, that's the same as Trigger's line, isn't it? For her ultimate. Get destroyed. Something over here is squishy sound. Encrypted documents detected on this device. Accessing. Answering the Overseer's call, wrongfully killed soldiers arise from the underworld, cloaked in flames of vengeance. As for why the Defense Force's soldiers would fight for us, the Overseer was rather vague. Perhaps they too were blessed with witnessing the Creator's true form in the underworld. Files stored on this device are incomplete. The remaining intelligence needs to be obtained elsewhere. Wrongfully killed soldiers, but those ones emerging from the miasma were wearing 11-year-old uniforms. They died protecting New Eridu. These Exaltist scum, how dare they desecrate the honor of fallen soldiers? Unforgivable. The approaching footsteps have everyone on guard, but then what they see is the sight of Allied uniforms.
Which unit are you in? According to Commander Isolde's orders, aside from Obel Squad, there shouldn't be any other squads assigned to raid this base.
Isolde may be the acting commander for this op, but our squad reports to Major General Lorenz.
Haha, we found it. So they really are under the Major General's command.
So, these idiots are the ones who alerted the Exaltists to our plan. And it was all under orders from the Major General?
Mind your tone. The Major General sent us because he was worried you wouldn't be able to handle this alone. We're here to support the operation.
And spy on the mayor's liaison.
Support the operation? We were just out there fighting alone as a single squad.
That's right, and we really do appreciate it. Without you taking the brunt of the Exaltists' attention, we couldn't have made it to their headquarters from the flank so smoothly. We have to apologize. We accidentally beat you to it and ended up taking the credit for wiping out the Exaltists' main base.
Credit? That's meaningless. Is this really the attitude of new recruits in Obsidian Division these days?
Acting all high and mighty. You're just a gun. Do you really think yourself so important? I may be a rookie, but at least I'm not a washed-up old dog like you.
Watch it! The captain has given everything to protect the city. You don't deserve to—
It's okay, Orphe. As long as they really did take out the Exaltists, then they've helped safeguard New Eridu, which makes them our comrades.
Even among comrades, there are plenty of annoying ones.
Yay.
If you ask me, we should just take this guy away and cover it up as an accident caused by an Exaltist attack.
Hey, are you threatening me?
Stay focused, soldier. Answer me. Has the Exaltist base been completely cleared?
That is a big...
Several preachers took advantage of the chaos to escape. We had other orders to carry out, so we didn't have time to pursue them while clearing the base.
Dispose of him.
Other orders? What could be more important than wiping out the Exaltists?
Bunch of fools. They can't even handle something this simple properly. Opal soldiers, let's move out. Once again, it's up to us to clean up after these fools. Opal, gear up and get ready.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Hold on. Ah. I'm gonna go find the remaining Exaltists, and I'm gonna beat them up just for fun.
The Exaltists are fleeing in all directions.
Guarding. These second-rate troops sure are surprisingly good at messing things up. Who would ever call this an ambush? We've already failed half of the mission's objective.
Hopefully we can still find some useful documents and materials.
Yeah, so I'm guessing their more important thing was to wipe out the data that tied him to the Exaltus captain, Major General Dorcosaurus Lorenz. We may be working with Porcelumex, but they aren't exactly saints. They'd sacrifice everything for profit. Soldiers that didn't die protecting the city. Truth is, violence here without warning. There's a record of hardware being removed, but the missing data cannot be retrieved. Of all places, the data had to be missing at the most crucial part.
Oh?
Soldiers didn't die protecting the city? What have these Exaltists learned? It's nothing but a distraction they planted on purpose to mislead us. Still, it's clear the Exaltist remnants were spooked by the Major General's unit acting so recklessly. That's why they moved the key data early. Guess we have no choice but to press on.
I've been on standby for a long time.
Elite targets have appeared.
Elite targets? Just the kind of fight Opal Squad's been waiting for. Help you push through. Maximum firepower!
Hey! Not over yet!
Steve, don't go darting too far ahead, okay?
Recalibrating. are one with the wind.
Everything is moving along smoothly, Mr. Lucro.
We'll be counting on you again this time.
Busted!
Major General Lorenz, you're here in the Hollow. In person?
You're the squad Isolde spoke so highly of. Codename Obel, wasn't it? This is quite a surprise. You arrived even faster than I expected. It's just as Colonel Isolde said, you're quite a capable squad.
Given that you're leading this entire operation, I'd expect you to be at the command post. And the person with you is...
I know this boss.
You must be Mr. Lucro. We met briefly at the Porcelumex Safety Inspection Reception Banquet.
A reception banquet for a safety inspection? That makes no sense.
This, gun certainly has a blunt matter of speech. Anyway, we are acquainted from the banquet, aren't we? Also involved with the Obsidian Division, I see. For someone so young, you must have made quite the impact with the military.
Not so, Mr. Lucro. This young lady is the mayor's envoy, specially sent by the kind-hearted Mr. Mayflower to oversee our work.
You even know that I'm an envoy?
I'm just doing my duty. Please, the title of envoy is a bit too much. I feel like it's a little too high and mighty.
So you're a distinguished guest from city administration. My apologies. Please excuse the poor welcome.
So, what brings you here, Major General, Mr. Lucro, and these troops who've been acting without Colonel Isolde's orders?
My troops and I have our reasons for being here. You're a veteran, Captain Magus. Even if you don't fully grasp what overstepping means, you should at least know not to ask about classified military matters.
His, medals are doubled. I wonder if that's intentional or if that's a, programming mistake. Because that's definitely two instances of the same medal right there. You can see the triangle on the top on the ribbon. I don't know what the official wording is for the different portions of the medal, but those are identical. I would expect them to have some spacing on them if they were true military adornments.
Mind your tongue, Captain. After all, besides your sharp tongue, there's not much else you have left.
I want to break him.
Major General, shouldn't we be going? Staying too long in areas with high ether activity isn't good for my health.
They look like they're related. Look at those eyes. They got the same growly, squinty thing that the other guy, the green guy that was the overseer of the thing. They all have the same kind of angry, squinty appearance. But the eyes are near identical. That's concerning. Is there a little more narrower in the pupil?
You're right, Mr. Lucro.
I think I have a tie that looks like that. Although nice positioning on the knot, though. It's like perfectly lined up with the stripe. That's good work. Escorted by the troops, Lorenz and Lucro withdraw from the stronghold.
Aside from that clerk I met at the Special Military Affairs desk, these are honestly the two most annoying people I've ever had to listen to.
They're bureaucrats.
Sorry, Captain Magus. It was wrong of me to speak disrespectfully about a commanding officer.
I'll let it slide this time, Morphe. If I weren't afraid of getting you all tried at a military tribunal, I'd have turned every curse word into high-energy laser blasts right at their faces.
Reason they were here.
This place is not only a key Exaltus stronghold, but also one of their major research facilities. One of Porcelumex's executives previously worked with the Exaltists. Many of their facilities were originally Porcelumex's assets as well. And now under Lucro's lead, Porcelumex has formed ties with the Defense Force. It's clear why they're here.
You're making my head spin. Isn't it just those two plotting how to profit?
Goodness, Commander Lorenz is such a bad person.
Orphe is still caught up in that naive teenage mindset of seeing the world in just good and bad.
Goodness, Orphe. You really are a fool. But I can't say you're wrong this time. They chose to meet in the Hollow, likely to stay under the radar. Either way, Obol's mission continues. Everyone, we keep pursuing the escaping Exaltists.
Well, now, Major General Lorenz is one of the Exaltists, so let's treat him the same.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Somewhere in the Limnian Hollow, illuminated by flickering candlelight. Wow, that is some intense candlelight right there. Great Overseer, the Defense Force took the bait just as planned. They're feeling pretty proud of themselves.
Perfect. They've wasted enough time on meaningless distractions, and that foolish general thinks he's already claimed enough victories. They won't be throwing major forces at us anymore, though the price was...
The price was nothing more than a few necessary sacrifices. They died for their faith, Overseer. Besides, the troops you brought back from the underworld were a huge help.
Soldiers fighting soldiers. It's cruel, really. Still, if it's for the right cause, then even you and I must be willing to give our lives.
Absolutely. If that greater purpose is an audience with the Creator. I know you have other intentions, but you'll still open the path to the Creator, won't you, Great Overseer?
I've wandered in confusion along this path more than once, but the whispers I heard were true, without a doubt. Once I've achieved my goal, I'll open the path to the Creator for you.
She's still doing the twitchy bouncy. Must be something about being evil. Which means your sacrifice and mine are justified. But Phaethon is with the Defense Force right now, and that one's a real handler. Not the type to let things go easily, and that elite squad of theirs has been a serious thorn in our side.
I've noticed. That youngster may be an unexpected variable, but I've already set the course for how their tale unfolds. Don't back them into a corner unless you have to.
Your arrangements are reasonable. May the Creator refine us. I don't know if that's the voice I've used for Mavorka in the past, but it seemed fitting considering his ness. Cheers and laughter echo from the military camp, which has been so quiet this past few days.
Huh?
What's the Defense Force base so lively? What's going on? Let's ask around and see what the soldier... arrogant soldier. Oh, a new face, and not in uniform either. You must be that outside help for the... what was it? Apostle Squad? Thanks to the brilliant leadership of the Major General and his adjutant, we secured an easy victory. Sure, you didn't land the big win, but you still played a part. Stay silent. Hey, what's with that look? We're celebrating our victory here. Don't be such a buzzkill, okay? Generally, snobby, uppity people like that tend to spill more beans when you let them yap on and on, because they're only interested in what they have to say. The Major General's adjutant. I want to throw you off from this cliff. Our squad was the first to break into the Exaltus headquarters, and this time we're gonna take all the credit. I want to throw you off of this cliff. I want to throw you off of this cliff. Let me go borrow Seed Senior and we'll get to throwing some people. Welcome back, Envoy. I've been waiting here just to make sure you return safe. I'm no big shot or anything. Such modesty. Still, if you're acting on behalf of the mayor and the Defense Force matters, I'm sure your words hold real authority with the city administration. We owe it to the Major General's forces that we're able to reclaim a significant cache of porcelain without incident. Assets Ferox handed over to the Exaltus, which are in fact Porcelumex's property. It's quite the haul. The Major General and I go way back. He may not be the most charming guy, but he's someone you can count on.
Huh?
I know I'm just a shrewd, profit-minded trader. And I know there's been some bad blood between you and the Major General. But that doesn't stop me from seeing the potential for us to work together in the future. Someone like you always brings value to the table. So naturally, I'm pleased you made it back in one piece. About Porcelumex and the Exaltus. It's true that a certain individuals within Porcelumex, including Mr. Ferox and his team, engaged in unlawful activities with the Exaltus. The shameful and pathetic Mr. Ferox is now in custody, and with the Major General's support, we've tracked down his subordinates who escaped into the Hollow. Porcelumex is clean of any further criminal associations regarding the so-called obscura devices. While they were created through Ferox's dealings with the Exaltus, I'm not clear on their scientific work. Still, they're made of costly porcelain, so they belong to the cult. We'll recover each of the Obscura once the Defense Force finishes assessing their risk. Their risk? Yes, Colonel Isolde stated in the report that the Obscura could pose an extreme risk, even going so far as to order an evacuation of Wi-Fi Peninsula for public safety. It's gotten too dangerous. Looks like it's time for me to leave Wi-Fi Peninsula. Take care of yourself. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. Throw him off a cliff. Hits every rock on the way down. These guys sure know how to take it easy. They're already planning the victory party right after winning. So what's the Defense Force's next move? Next move? There isn't one. The Major General believes the key members of the Exaltus have been wiped out and their base cleared. As far as he's concerned, we've already won. I never thought victory would come so easy. What about the Obscura in the city? You've faced the Exaltus more times than anyone, Proxy. Your insight is valuable. But even so, the Obsidian Division can't keep pouring resources into chasing down a minor outlaw. As for the Obscura, Colonel Isolde is taking our intel and the risk posed by the sacrifices very seriously. She's already preparing to evacuate the citizens of Wi-Fi Peninsula. We'll stay on guard here to protect the civilians until everyone's been evacuated, and all Obscura in the city have been cleared. It's thanks to Isolde's leadership that we were able to locate so many Obscura across the city before the operation began, too. Did the Colonel know about the risks of the Obscura all along? Since everyone's taking a break, why don't you relax a little too, Proxy? I'm heading back to the camp with the captain. You want to join us for a bit, Proxy? Ah. Despite your doubts, with cheers ringing out through the night all around you, you find yourself taking a brief rest by the firelight with the two soldiers. As Obel Squad settles in at their quarters, the troops are already preparing to celebrate.
Everyone! The Exaltus! The threat that plagued Wi-Fi Peninsula! have been wiped out under our thunderous assault. Once again, we've brought justice and victory to the people of New Eridu, like every triumph before. Give it up for yourselves, soldiers! Cheer for victory!
Cheers rise up from the gathered soldiers.
And let's hear it for our brilliant commander, Major General Lorenz!
Cheers erupt once more.
I hate to be that girl, but isn't it a bit early to celebrate?
That commander sure seems to be soaking up the cheers.
Seems very similar to Breaker? It's not Booker. It's Brickington, Brickhead, Blockheaded guy. I don't know what his name was. He's been destroyed and refined by now, so. Brick. Love me.
A typical big shot, huh?
Where's Seed?
You're right to be concerned, Proxy. There are still Exaltist stragglers roaming inside and outside the Hollow, and the Obscura in the city haven't been fully inspected yet.
As far as I know, the key Exaltist leaders are still on the loose. They've managed to slip away after every encounter so far. The Exaltists will still be a threat until they're taken out. Even though Mevarok was severely injured by Ishu and Shifu, and the Exaltists suffered heavy losses, there's still no sign of them backing down. Miasma activity is still spreading. Key people like Sarah still hold major influence.
I don't know how I transposed the A and the K in that and turned it into Mavorka. Mevarok.
Ishwan, High Preceptor of Yunquai Summit. I've heard the name before.
How come I don't see Colonel Isolde anywhere? As the operations leader, shouldn't she be here to celebrate?
Isolde has been unwell recently, and went back to the city to rest. She's also been absent from meetings over the past few days.
Is Major General poisoning her?
Maybe the commander's like Proxy and isn't fond of these kinds of gatherings. She might have just found an excuse to slip away.
You might be right. That does sound like her. In any case, we've dealt a heavy blow to the Exaltists. And after fighting on the verge of life and death, the soldiers really needed a victory to boost their morale.
That doesn't sound like something our strict Captain Magus would say.
Think of it as me trying to lift everyone's spirits. As soldiers, it is our duty to obey orders. So even when we have doubts, we can't launch investigations on our own.
If you take action without orders, you'll be standing trial at a military tribunal. I might not mind, but I'm sure Seed Sr. would stop us.
I don't want anyone ending up in front of a military tribunal either.
Right. Since it is a military order, the Major's restriction on you can't be lifted until the operation is officially concluded. Sorry about that, Proxy.
I understand. Obel Squad and all the other soldiers have already given so much to protect New Eridu. Everyone should enjoy this hard-earned victory.
Thank you, Proxy.
Actually, I've already heard about Lucro personally entering the Hollow and the Major General's movements. Besides relocating Porcelumex and the Exaltus stock of Porcelume, they're rounding up trusted members who served under Ferox, including my poor colleagues who fled into the Hollow's labs, fearing a purge. The dust hasn't even settled, yet they're already discarding what they no longer need, proving that the only thing crueler than one ruthless boss is another. I have no place in Tops any longer, and the Defense Force won't seek justice for a stray like me.
Even though you played a major role in taking down Ferox, your new boss won't tolerate you for long, will he?
Exactly. I can't stand stray dogs like you always sniffing out scraps to survive. Like I ever had a choice. I'm just trying to stay alive. Honestly, I was already planning to turn to you and Yunquei Summit for help. Regardless of our differences, you are among the few in Waifei Peninsula who have the power, care about justice, and are willing to hear me out. A stray like me is used to bowing and begging.
Unfortunately, no matter how much power we might have, we're just as constrained as you are now. I can't contact anyone at Yunquei Summit for assistance either. But if it's just to keep you safe...
It's all right. Just when I was at my wit's end, Miss Savior appeared.
Hiya! I'm the savior he was talking about. It's funny, most company employees usually see me as a disaster. Who would have thought I'd ever be called a savior?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Miss Zhao from Tops, affiliated with the Krampus Compliance Authority.
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhao. The Krampus Compliance Authority. Is that the name of another company within Tops? It doesn't sound as familiar to me as the other big companies.
That's all right. Most people haven't heard of it. Krampus isn't actually a company. Our role is to inspect, decide on, and enforce regulations. Brutal competition is an inherent flaw of the market system. For the members at the round table, it doesn't matter if the company's executives are tearing each other apart. However, the condition is that all actions by the company and its management must comply with the core rules and interests of the Alliance. The business game doesn't always let us play by the rules. That's the Round Table's mercy. But when those rule breakers go too far, the strict mother reaches out with her black branch. This time, Porcelumix has clearly stepped out of line.
I think I get why the corporations might see members of Krampus as a disaster. Even so, having regulators like you is probably a key reason Tops has managed to maintain its strong position in the city.
So, it's not hard for you to understand why I see Miss Zhao as my savior, right?
We'll only know whether I'm your savior or your disaster once all the investigations are complete.
Better than letting someone like Lucro treat you like a fish on a chopping board, right?
Although he isn't really a friend, I do sort of get Damien's style. He's determined to survive this brutal game, but he's also someone who never crosses the line.
Huh. You've got sharp and beautiful eyes. I hope you'll never become the enemy of Krampus. And that when those eyes look at me again, they won't be filled with hostility, Miss Bell.
Soldier Orphe.
You two again? And now you have the Proxy as an accomplice too? You've got it all wrong, Orphe. I had no idea those two were planning to scare you. Captain Magus is asleep. Don't wake her up. We should let her rest.
I've been muted. When? And I don't have my stuff set up yet for a backup. That's so frustrating. Okay, so just pretend you heard all the dialogue of me talking about the stuff with. It would have been just before the Damien thing, I think, when I muted. That's so disappointing. I commented on the fact that possibly Damien's redemption arc, and the laughed a couple of times at Miss Zhao, and not at her, but she surprised me. Commented that I didn't realize that this was when we encountered her, but that I had seen data about her posted online several times and didn't have a clue. I thought it was a leak, honestly. Yeah, that's really the bulk of that. Thought that it was Astra Yao that we were going to meet, in case that was before the representative from Tops. I don't remember if that was before I muted or after, but that kind of brings you back up to speed. I'm gonna figure out a bypass on that so I don't have those issues. Okay.
Is Orphe more worried about waking the captain, or about the captain catching you secretly enjoying some prohibited items?
Excuse me. First of all, my concern for the captain is absolutely genuine. Second, the field manual doesn't list lemon-flavored chips under prohibited foods during deployment. I have every right to protest Captain Magus's executive decision to declare all snacks as prohibited.
Oh, then why doesn't Orphe protest when the captain's actually awake?
I'm sure Orphe has her own reasons.
Anyway, if Orphe doesn't want us to tell the captain...
How about sharing some of those lemon chips with us?
Seed and Trigger are robbing me again!
Isn't this just a regular part of our night ops briefing?
The law doesn't punish the majority, Orphe.
Then, the Proxy should also share the responsibility.
I can take the blame for the snacks.
A special mission to get rid of lemon-flavored chips? Count me in!
In the sea breeze of Waifei Peninsula, you team up with Opal Squad to finish off the lemon-flavored chips. As night deepens, Seed and Trigger, who ambushed Orphe, return to the squad's camp. Just as you're about to leave, Orphe calls out to you.
Proxy, there's something I need to talk to you about. It's about the captain.
Backstory? About Magus?
Let me guess. It's something that you can only say when Captain Magus is asleep?
Self-diagnostic and repair mode.
That's right. Proxy, I want to apologize on behalf of the captain for her bad attitude toward you during the mission. But there's a reason why the captain acted that way.
I trust you, Orphe. Just like how you trust Magus.
I trust that you know the captain, Orphe. Otherwise, why would you trust her so much? Come to think of it, you and Magus make a pretty unique team. A soldier paired with an intelligent weapon construct.
An intelligent construct? No, the captain is more than that. Can I trust you, Proxy?
Of course.
Like I said, just like you trust Captain Magus.
I'm just a gunner. A soldier here to support Captain Magus. Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind. That's how they would comfort me, if Captain Magus and the others were here. But no. I know that I'm not someone special. From the moment I was born, being a gunner has been my sole purpose and mission.
So she's kind of, sort of like Anby was, created as a weapon.
In the disaster 11 years ago, New Eridu lost so much. It lost so many of its soldiers. The Defense Force's last remaining gemstone, Obsidian Division, also suffered heavy losses.
This reminds me of Mewtwo hooked up to all the cables and everything in the tank when they were cloning Mew. I mean, the color of the appearance is even very similar, with the poses and the presumably wires monitoring everything. Although, her not being a Pokemon really impacts it.
At the time, the military had launched various research projects. Enhanced soldiers, cybernetic soldiers even. Cloned soldiers. It sounds brutal, doesn't it? But if it weren't for these cruel projects, Obsidian Division might never have lasted this long.
Are we going to talk about Anby? Because we know Anby's story, and she was created as a soldier. And then many soldiers were created off from her, and then destroyed, and then, yeah.
I was also born at that time, cloned from a legendary soldier, and designed to aid that legendary soldier as an assistant. That legendary soldier's military code name was Magus.
Oh.
The soldier's original body has long been destroyed. All that remains now is a backup of her consciousness, or what you could call her soul, stored within the weapon. Even in death, she's still wielded as a weapon by the Defense Force. Though Captain Magus always says it's what she wanted, is it really a blessing or a curse? All things considered, I'm quite lucky. Selfish, even. I stole her body, her name. You could even say I stole her life. But Captain Magus has never cared about that. She'd just say to me, Orphe, my life was far too boring. You should live your own life. I know the looks in my comrades' eyes often carry sympathy or pity, mockery, or even disgust. Still, I can't help but feel that I'm lucky. I met Captain Magus, I met Obel Squad, and even crossed paths with someone as strong and interesting as you, Proxy. I know there's nothing special about the way I was born, but you all keep telling me, Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special, you're one of a kind. Yet, the cold glass tanks, the tasteless nutrient fluids, those eyes filled with sympathy, pity, mockery, or disgust, they all proved one thing. I'm nothing special. They all told me I'm just a pathetic, tragic person. But you all keep telling me over and over again, you're one of a kind, Orphe. I can leave those glass tanks in the past. I just don't want to let your expectations down. Rather than those cold, lifeless glass tanks, I want the warmth of Captain Magus. I'd rather have my noisy Obel Squad and you, the cool Proxy. Our pasts, whether it's mine or Captain Magus's, are not what define us. Although Captain Magus often jokingly calls you the villain, that's all just talk. Our pasts are are not what define us. Instead, it's up to us to determine our destinations. As a proxy, you'll lead us to the right place. I believe in you, Proxy.
It's not even Seed's story, and you're pulling at my heart. Hey, Magus is up. And that would probably explain why their eyes are very similar. Interesting. So a little bit of backstory. Did you guys hear that? You were listening to that, weren't you, Seed? I know you. After a brief signal disruption, communication with the HDD is reestablished. How are the calculations going?
Barry, have you finished calculating the exact coordinates of the blind spot in Lemnian Hollow's most active area?
Affirmative. HDD data sync complete. Transmitting coordinate data to EOS's Carrot module now.
Oh, Belle, finally. The exact coordinates are now locked in. The next step is to move out with Obel Squad and take them out in one strike.
We don't get Obel Squad. They can't move on their own. It's like, well, I need to find help elsewhere.
Negative. Lorenz's forces have currently halted all further operations, so Obel Squad is unauthorized to act without orders. Could you send a message to Ishu and Shifu? Actually, scratch that. Better send it to Senior Fufu instead. Shifu never replies to messages. Just say, Junior Belle needs your help. It's urgent. Please ask Ishu and Shifu to come to the rescue. P.S. Don't let the defense force find out.
Poor Junior Belle is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the defense force. It's urgent. Come rescue her immediately. P.S. Keep a low profile and avoid any clashes with the defense force.
Aren't you exaggerating things?
Aren't you over-exaggerating a bit?
This concerns the safety of Wi-Fi Peninsula. A little exaggeration won't hurt, right?
And Shifu did say that if anything went wrong or we needed her help to get a hold of her. All we can do is wait for your help from
All we
Yunquei.
can do now is pray that Yunquei Summit sends help soon. Who knows what kind of mess the Exaltists might be stirring up in the Hollow, while Lorenz is basking in the limelight. There's no time to waste. I'm logging off now.
Just as Just as you're about to fall asleep, that familiar chirping breaks your peaceful slumber again. Hello! Is that Shifu's Qingming bird? Chirp, 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 chirp. Your vision suddenly dims, but strangely, you don't feel afraid. When you come to your senses, you're already being carried high up in the air by bird talons. Your body feels weightless, like a feather drifting in the air one moment, then heavy like a stone sinking in a lake the next. By the time you come back to your senses, you've already arrived. What is this? Swabian Temple?
I think I just had a dream. Am I dreaming? Or is this really Swabian Temple?
I just got Qingminged.
My disciple.
Hi.
Fufu told me poor Junior Belle is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the defense force. It's urgent. And that I need to stay low and avoid any clashes with them.
Good conveyance of message.
Word for word! The message came straight from Junior Belle's brother!
Hi.
I'm here too.
Someone's messing with our junior out there. That's the last straw. Shifu, it's time we step in and get an explanation, don't you think?
Hold on, that's part of the don't clash with the defense force.
What do you mean by step in? Junior Belle just looks a little dazed, that's all. I don't see any signs of cruel mistreatment.
Was it Yishuan Shifu's technique?
Did Ishun Shifu use a technique to bring me to Swabian Temple?
Seems you're finally catching on now.
Yay! Teleportation.
Your safety, of course, is our highest priority. But given how you contacted us in such a rush, I assume you've run into some trouble with the military?
In a manner of speaking.
Come on, Junior Bell! What happened out there that made you call Shifu for help? Don't worry, you can tell us. We're all here for you.
That's right. All your seniors are here.
You lay out the intel calculated by Fairy, along with all accompanying suspicions and speculations for others.
Cunning as always. Certainly sounds like the Exaltists.
If the Defense Force can't deal with those scoundrels, then we will. When do we set out, Shifu?
No need to be hasty. Let Junior Bell get some proper rest first.
Yeah, you just plucked me out of my sleeping quarters with your Qingming bird. Whoa, I need to... Let me go check on the business first. We've been away for too long. Are we making any money out here? Are you doing okay, 20? You made a little bit of money. I need some coffee. There is... Hello. I'm scared of that Bangbu, I'm sorry. Coffee me! Let's go with the special. Okay, I was wrong. Other people can go through there. Also, give me back my seed. I want my seed to run around. Okay. Wise. Belle's had to endure more than her share on this job. Senior sister is the best, and Proxy without their senior sister is nothing. Those darn soldiers, how dare they lock up my junior? You've still got your senior sister waiting for you up on the mountain. Can't have you getting kidnapped before you see her. My senior sister? I keep having these unsettling dreams lately. Like something bad's about to happen. Whenever I'm on missions in miasma-dense areas, I always hear these whispers. I'm a bit worried about you and your senior sister. My sister. Thanks for clarifying. It's not corruption symptoms, is it, Senior? Have the recent missions been too much? If so, let me help share the load. Don't worry so much. The sky could fall and Shifu will handle it. We'll be okay. You're right. We've still got Shifu. Nearly died the last time she had to deal with something. He explained to Shifu in detail about the obscura found in Waifei Peninsula and the potential Exaltist bases hidden in the hollow. The lives of Waifei Peninsula's citizens are at stake. It can't be taken lightly. If the Defense Force refuses to step in, then Yunquei Summit will have no choice but to break the rules of engagement and take action. But now that there are threats both inside and outside the hollow, with so few disciples left at Swabian Temple, we might need some reinforcements. Before Yishuan can finish speaking, an angry shout from outside cuts her off.
Hand over the proxy!
Captain Magus is here. Oh, I, like everybody else, forgot about the tracker on my ankle. The door temple gate couldn't withstand the force of the uninvited guests. It creaked open and let them into the courtyard.
I was wondering who would break into Swabian Temple in the middle of the night. Turns out it's soldiers from the Defense Force. Please be aware that although Phylum Heights is under military control, soldiers have no right to enter private residences without permission. And my temple isn't exactly a place where anyone can just come and go as they please.
What's all this rambling?
I think what this lady means, Captain, is that you barged into someone's home in the middle of the night and caused a big ruckus. And now she's ready to give you a beating.
Give me a beating?
Seed Sr. said that if this lady is going to beat you up, he probably won't be able to stop her.
Even with all the Obsidian troops of Wi-Fi Peninsula's support, you probably still couldn't stop me.
Get wrecked, Magus.
High Preceptor Ishwan, this unannounced visit is not meant as a provocation. The person behind you, Faithin, is currently under our protection.
Under your protection? You mean the mayor's envoy whose freedom is now being restricted?
The temporary restriction on the Proxy's movement is both to protect military secrets and to ensure the Proxy's safety.
No matter how you look at it, my disciple is safest under my protection.
Please hear me out, you two.
Listen, you two. There's something more urgent to deal with than my safety.
Proxy, are you okay?
Oh, so the Proxy wasn't kidnapped by Yunquei Summit.
Apologies. This is my mistake. I thought it was the city authorities who took the Proxy away, trying to extract military information.
I've never cared about military secrets, only about the safety of my disciples and the well-being of New Eridu.
Well then, Proxy, if you went so far as to defy military orders to contact Yunquei Summit, I trust you must have had a good reason.
So, just a heads up, we're going to have to wrap up here pretty quick, because I'm well out of time for today. But Saturday, in a few days, we will continue this. But I'm going to get to a point where we're at a decent wrap-up situation, not just cut out in the middle of this dialogue, but just giving you a heads up on that. So that's as once again, you lay out the current intel and situation for both parties.
You mean you're absolutely certain that the Exaltus still have a real stronghold hidden somewhere in the Hollow?
Yes. Even the slightest chance of such a risk can't be ignored.
I can't say I'm completely certain. Not until I enter the Hollow myself and reach those coordinates. But as Guardians of New Eridu, shouldn't Yunquei Summit and the Defense Force investigate, even if there's only the slightest chance of danger?
See, the Defense Force can't do anything, because they don't have orders.
Belle, I just received an alert from Fairy.
According to real-time Hollow monitoring data, ether activity is rising across the entire Lemnian Hollow. Warning, ether activity across Lemnian Hollow is approaching record-high levels.
Well, that's not.
Warning, at the current rate of Hollow expansion, there is a 17.2% chance that Lemnian Hollow will breach the Zenless limit within 1,026 hours.
Did we just get a name drop? Zenless. The Zenless limit. So, just a little bit of fun information, because I did some sleuthing around on a website that was written in Pinyin, original Chinese, and it turns out that the translation from Chinese to English of the title of the game, Zenless Zone Zero, actually translates the Zenless part to absolute. So the character or the word used for the game name that has been converted to mean Zenless is on par with a term that would translate as absolute, which is fitting in this particular line right here, that the Lemnian Hollow would breach the absolute limit, which would be basically its maximum size, probably before it does something catastrophic like the original Hollow did, perhaps, maybe, speculative. But the fact that they use that term, Zenless, the title term, and that it also kind of connected into that was just something that come up when I was on the other site. Not that I know Chinese or Pinyin. Pinyin? I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but through translations and stuff, that was a fun little bit of information, I guess. 1,026 hours.
What's that voice assistant rambling about this time?
The hull is going to explode and kill us all.
Basically, she's saying that if left unchecked, the hollow might just go boom.
See, you are entertaining. But yes, that's exactly what she's saying, and I'm glad that my assessment was accurate too. About the image of Bang Boo in the military.
The Exaltists in charge of miasma research mentioned experiments on large-scale miasma activation. I suspect they're preparing for what they call the final sacrifice.
It's the final sacrifice.
I ran out of air.
Based on the intelligence and mission results we've seen, the Exaltists control most of the miasma-rich areas in Lemnian Hollow. They've also mastered the technology to manipulate the unique ether. The current rise in ether activity throughout the Hollow is probably connected to the Exaltists' operations.
If your theory is true, then this currently undiscovered Exaltus base will likely become the central hub for their final sacrifice.
And we're gonna need some help.
Exactly. But if we can take out their hidden base, the sacrifice ritual won't happen, and the Hollow's rising activity will be back under control.
How do you manage to sigh with a mechanical throat like that?
Although I tried to ignore some of the seemingly fabricated technical terms, you still managed to lose me. So essentially, we head in, confirm whether any Exaltist rats are still stirring up trouble, and if they are, we wipe them out. That should eliminate the threat, right?
Wow, Captain Magus. You actually understood everything this time. Amazing.
Then let's move out. Obel Squad will personally eliminate the looming shadow that threatens Wi-Fi Peninsula.
But you don't have orders.
But Captain Magus, weren't you just saying an hour ago that military orders must never be disobeyed?
Disobeying orders? Hardly. We were chasing after Phaethon, who fled all the way into the Hollow with classified military intel.
Slightly manipulating the facts, but could be true.
Captain Magus, your enthusiasm is truly moving. But you could have just left it to Yunquay Summit.
It's our duty as the Defense Force to wipe out the Exaltists. If our superior officers have failed in that duty, then I'll take responsibility myself. Besides, the Obscura still haven't been fully examined. If a sacrifice really did emerge from the boxes, then Defense Force soldiers, and even civilians, would pay dearly.
I understand. My disciples and I will remain on standby at Phylum Heights and fulfill our duty to protect this place.
About the
In
everything.
that case, the attack plan and the operation start time need to be decided ASAP.
Do it now.
Deploying all of Obel's squad would draw too much attention. I'll need to wait for the right moment. Let's regroup and launch the operation first thing tomorrow morning. All members of the Obel squad, return to base and get some rest.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Tomorrow's probably going to be a long day.
Hey, good timing. Ask Seed why she's here. Seed's here? Seed's here! I am no longer in restricted movement mode. I would love to talk to Seed, but we need to wrap up for today, and this is a beautiful place to do so. Wait, can I hang out with Seed yet? Does not appear to be the case. Her professional photograph is all it gets me. It's funny. Blurp. I don't even know what that is. Is it an octopus of some kind? A tanuki face. Maybe it's a tanuki head in general. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Kind of whiskers and ears, and the leaf fits with Mario using a tanuki suit. Oh, you didn't know there was a correlation, did you? It probably has nothing to do with one another, but you get the tanuki suit in Mario, and there's like the feather that you get that turns you into the fox to let you fly, or it's not the feather, it's a leaf in Mario 3, or you can get the special one that actually gives you the tanuki suit, which you can turn into a statue, and it makes you invulnerable for a short moment of time, in case you're not familiar with Mario 3. So I wonder if there's something in the folklore behind the tanuki that makes that make sense, because that is the only reference that I know of as far as the leaf and the tanuki suit, or the leaf and the tanuki correlating. So, but like I said, we need to wrap up. So I'm going to take my moment here to make sure our achievements are claimed, and apparently they are. Check here and make sure there is nothing to claim here. We've still got plenty of time to deal to go through her event, as well as obviously the other thing we were doing. We're also going to be getting her W engine as well, because her hair and outfit glows. It's fun, and it also, I believe, it helps our stats quite a bit. But we are going to wrap up there for today. So for those of you watching after the stream, I do want to remind you that we stream these videos live at twitch.tv/unexpectedlyrandom. We are here Monday through Saturday at whenever I get here in the PM Central Time. Make sure you follow us on Twitch to join the chaos and check out our streaming schedule for the current lineup. We also have a Facebook and Instagram. Those are the best places to stay up to date with any changes that may occur pertaining to the streaming schedule. And we have a TikTok and the social media platform formerly known as Twitter if you want to check us out over there. Otherwise, if you're enjoying the content there on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot, and it lets us know what content you guys are enjoying. That's everything I've got for this episode of Zenless Zone Zero. Hope you guys had a wonderful time today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one, when we actually hopefully wrap up this portion of the main story and get started on Seed's incredibly traumatizing agent story. But until that time, until next time, stay random.